You've been sweating. Me and Omer have been sweating. We've been outside. We've been walking. Well, not really. I've been walking. I don't know. What have you been doing? Eating crap off the ground? Yeah? So this is my compadre today. Ruth is coming, but she has to leave. She's got many things to do. So today, we're going to talk about what if you found a Filipina and she's perfect for you. And you find out maybe she's not later on. And what I mean by that is, sorry about that screen. I do it every day. And maybe you find out later that she's not the one that you thought she was. What do you do? And not only that, what if, I don't have my phone. What if, so I can see the comments. Let me reach over and get my phone. Let's see here, so I see the comments, live chat. Yeah. What if, right? So, good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Makeup Tutorials. How you ladies doing today? And yeah, Ruth is coming. Let me grab my phone. Let me grab my phone. I did not. I thought I was prepared. I said, man, I'm prepared today. And I did not do that. Let me grab my phone. Hold on. Homer, relax, dude. Come on. He's jumping all over me. He does it when I start speaking. It's never fails. I start speaking. Michael and Heidi, good morning. Phyllis and Phoenix, John, good morning. How's Michael and John doing today? How is everyone? Hand me that. Look what he has. What's he guilty of? Where did you find that? Out of my pocket. He dug it out of my pocket. He's naughty. He's naughty. And now he's eyeing it. I'm going to get it. No, you're not. There. So, good morning, John. Good morning, Michael. How you doing today? BT, good morning. How are things with you? You know, how do you know you found the right lady? How do you know that that's the one for you? Did you clean your room, Mar? You did? Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, so. Yeah, we're doing well today. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I got an email and I was reading it. The YouTube sent me a notification that that they apologized, that it was their mistake on the Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventure channel. And they sent me a also the same on the Weekly Gospel channel that they took down. They apologized and says mistake on their end. But the problem is say for instance you start with 20,000 20,000 views for the month, just say that, and they take it down for 3 weeks, there's no views, so you're starting all over again, meaning you're starting from scratch, and it's going to take 30 days for the channel to get back up again. I don't know, it's doing 120,000 a month in views, which is not nominal compared to some of the other guys. Some of the guys get that a week. But still, it all matters. It all adds up. So how's Phillies to Phoenix? And how's things with you? Sorry I missed your stream the other day. And hopefully everything is well with you. How hot is it? It's hot here. I just took a walk and I'm sweating. In fact, I'm really sweating. It's hot. Really hot. Besides hot. Let me see if I can get this old phone is really slow. And it's hard for me to get it back on. Yeah, it matters. I'm glad you get it back. Yeah, that's exactly right, BT. What matters is I did get it back, and what matters is I fought the battle. And you just never give up in life on anything. You just never give up. How soon? So say, for instance, you met someone, BT, for example, Michael and Heidi. How long was it before you asked them to marry you? Ruth and I was almost a year, maybe 8 months, 9 months, something like that. Ruth said a year last night, but I got to thinking about it. I think I asked earlier than that, but it doesn't matter. But how soon did you ask Heidi? And BT, how about you with Eddie? Did you ask like within 3 months or 6 months? How long did it take? About a year and a half for me. Yeah, okay. Hi, BT. 9 months for Michael and I. This is about the same for me and Ruth. How about you, John? Phillies to Phoenix. How long was it for you? How long time frame did you was it for you? I know that sometimes some guys, and I'm just saying some do it quicker than that. Some do it within 2 weeks. Some do it within 3 weeks. Some do it within a month. There's a gentleman up in Luzon that did it within 2 weeks. So say for instance you have someone and you met someone and you fell in love with them within that 2 weeks. Would you ask them that quick? I don't know. You do have to make a judgment call. Do you really know that person in 2 weeks? Say you got a job and say she has a job. Or say, how many hours in 2 weeks do you talk? 10 hours, 20 hours a week, 30 hours, 70 hours. So in those 70 hours, say, or 60 hours in 2 weeks, how long was it that you made that decision? And so many guys are shooting from the hip. Now this guy that I know up in Luzon, he met a lady. He's going to marry her, so he's coming here, be here this week coming up sometime. So is that too quick? Would you guys think that's too quick? Some say it probably would be. I don't know. I know for me, that would be a little quick for me. And Mr. B, hello, Mr. B, how you doing? Let's see here. I'm trying to find my channel here. I clicked on the thing and it wouldn't go in. Okay. So Mr. B is saying, let's see here. Yeah, here you go. Phillies Phoenix, 2 months. Okay. So 2 months. Well, that's okay. You got to know her and it worked out well for you. So, but that's 8 weeks, right? Or 10 weeks or 9 weeks, whatever the months. So BT, Michael, and how you guys saying hi? Hello, Arlene. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming on today. It takes 6 months to really get to know her. She can't hide things for that long. Look for hidden financial problems. In some cases, you're right. Not only financial, you're right. It could be children. It could be other children. It could be stepchildren from a previous marriage or something going on. So how would you figure that out, right? So it's like, all right, the person's not married, you rent a Cinemar on that person, but then you go back and you check the Cinemar, everything's fine. But when you come here, you ask her to marry her, say within that month period, and everything is fine, but do you really get to know her? Now, you can ask to get married in a week or 2 weeks or a month or 2 months or 6 months or 9 months, but not get married for another 6 months or a year. Now, some guys are saying, okay, they're engaged to be married, but they're getting married next year. And that's understandable. Get to know the girl and understand that. A lot of people don't realize that that's just the way it is. You, as a person, don't really know. Hey, Art, hand me your phone, please. Hand me your phone. You need to clean up your room. Okay, make up your bed, fold your clothes. So what happens is you don't really realize that how important, getting to know the person, because they're going to have maybe some things that might bother you. There are going to be some things that might, red flags that might just kind of get on your nerves. Maybe the person is not clean, clean the house, and maybe the person does not cook, or maybe the person's never done laundry in her life. There are many 40-year-old women, 40, that's never done laundry, just very few times. Their husband does it all. There's many women here with children that take care of the children, but they don't cook. The husband does all the cooking. There's many like that here. You'd be surprised how many Filipino does all the cooking. They do all the cleaning. They go work on the job wherever they're at, wherever the job is, and they do everything here. And their wife raises the kids, or she has no kids and she does nothing, meaning she will not cook the rice, she will not prepare the food. There are ladies here just like that. They expect to be waited on, and they are like that. And I'm not saying in a negative way, and I'll be sorry, ladies. Now, I know Arlene cooks, I know all the ladies, Betty cooks, I know all the Heidi cooks. If it's a situation where you're out working and you don't have, say for instance, you're out working and things are like late, you're running late, someone needs to pitch in to help, that's understandable. Like you're working late and the lady's there at home or the husband's at home, he needs to pitch in and help out and, take care of things. But you're exactly right. And it does take 6 months. How's Mr. Shoemake doing? I sent him something in my Simpson Welch account. I hope he's getting it taken care of his needs. Something yesterday that I noticed that he said that it's for sure that he has cancer because they did a test. This morning on his video, he says he's really not sure. So I'm questioning. I sent an email to him. Do you have cancer? If you do have cancer, I would like to know. If you don't have cancer, you need to let me know. So apparently last night on the video, he saw a mass, they did a test, and he has cancer. This morning, they said that they need to find out if he has cancer. They need to find out if those spots are cancerous. They don't know if it's cancerous or not. So that's the deal with Marky. So I sent an email to ask him, Marky, do you have cancer or not? Now that was this morning. He's not replied yet. I get my emails here, so he's not replied yet. And that bothers me. Hello, BT. BT, good morning. Don't make me roll after it. Mike T, how you doing, Mike? How is things where you're at? And Mike, how are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? How are things? And good to see you, and thank you so much for spending your valuable time. I hope it isn't cancer. I'll pray. Yeah, exactly. 100%. I hope it's no cancer. Oh my gosh. I don't want... He said that he was going to take his wife. Well, eventually he's going to go there and get other tests done. I'd be honest with you. I would get a second suggestion no matter what in USA. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're not fantastic here. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I would go to a doctor. 2 men that I know were misdiagnosed here. 2. One said he had cancer of the prostate, and you need to go. You only have a short time to live. He's beside himself. He said, listen, forget it. I'm going to go back to USA. Goes back to USA, gets the test. Come to find out, the guy had a hernia. And he said, I thought I'm going to die, and I have a hernia. So he stayed in the States, and he's bringing his wife there because he was retired here, 100%. Everything is here. And he said, I'm not going to depend on that anymore. I'm going to stay here in the States. I have insurance. I have Medicare, Medicaid, and I have another policy to cover me for whatever happens. So that's his goal, to make sure that he's taken care of. And the other guy was misdiagnosed with lung cancer. And he went to Silman Hospital in Manila, and they did a test on him, and they said, sorry, sir, according to what we see, you have cancer. Immediately, he runs back to USA, and he doesn't have it. It was pneumonia or something, pneumonia. And something else, I forget what he called it. But medications cured it. It wasn't TB, what was it? Anyway, it was something like that. And this has happened the last 6 months. And I feel that, honestly, that I'm concerned about it myself. I have to tell you, I'm concerned about it myself. I know that for me, that's the reason, that is the main reason why I want to go back to the States. Before the COVID hit, they had wonderful doctors here. The knowledge was incredible. Great around me here. I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about anywhere else. I'm talking about here in town. But when they all left the country because they made double, triple, quadruple, 5, 6, 7 times the amount of money. One doctor went to Singapore and he's making 6 times more than he made here. And he said, my health is better now because I have the foods and I can get the quality of foods to enhance my life and eat better. And I'm not dependent upon, even doctors are saying, stay away from the rice. Well, what do you eat? Like me. Well, eat diabetic rice. Well, you can only eat so much of that. It's good for you, but still, I do eat the diabetic rice. This is what we eat here. So, Joe and Jeannie, good morning. Sorry I'm rambling on there for a few minutes, but I had to kind of get that out. And I had to just say, so Mr. Shoemate is doing well. He's not doing well, but I hope he's going to do well. I hope that they find out that it's no cancer at all, and he is fine 100%. And that's what I pray and I hope for. I prayed this morning walking for him as when I walk and help him. BT, well, I hope it's no cancer. Yes. So, Joe and Jeannie, good morning. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. He plans going back to San Fran for treatment. I understand that he's waiting biopsy results from Manila. Yeah, and last night he said that he had it. He said it's for sure he had cancer last night on his video. And Ruth and I watched it. And so this morning I want to find out what the story is on that. And give everyone thumbs up. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. I have a sweetheart in Calicoon, and we've been online together for 10 and still can't see her. However, we love each other very much. John Roberts, high five. You'll get to see her someday. And you know what? Even a long distance relationship is really good. The only thing that you miss is the touch and the feel and the warmth of having that person around. It's amazing what touch does. Touch can heal a body. A touch can heal. That's the reason that, honestly, I would not want, Ruth said the other day, you should go back and do this and this and do this and this, and then you get this and you go do this. I said, I'll never leave you. I said, if I'm putting you in my pocket, I'm never leaving you as long as I live. She said, yeah, but, and I said, they know, yeah, but I'm not leaving, ever. You're going to be with me or I ain't going, if that's the way it is, because we're waiting on USCIS, because she's saying, go get things prepared, go do this. I said, well, maybe another year. But so, and that would be, I can't do it. I can't make one day without her. I'm constantly looking for her. Am I clingy? No, I'm not clingy, but I don't know how to say. I just want to know where she's at, So BT is saying Brian went home for medical of Philly. I hope he finds out what's wrong. I did not know that. He went back. Philly and the Philippines went back to do some tests, to do some stuff. I know that it seems that I know of a few people that have gone back for testing, and you remember the guy that the brother and the brothers were fighting on the land, and the older brother actually owned the land, and the guy went back to work at Walmart. He said, I'm glad I'm back. He went and is having problems with the prostate. And so he went back, and they got the first stages of the cancer. And so he said, I would not have been able to have done that. And so he said, I think the Lord worked for me in mysterious ways, because all of a sudden all that happened, I lost everything. But he says, get this. Not only did I come back, I got that treated. I'm going to live longer, and it's treatable. And I got a big raise on my job. And I found out that I had stock on a company that I had years ago that I forgot about it. And come to find out, it's exactly the amount of money that he lost here. It was like 40, I think he said 48 or some kind of number like that, because he lost over 2 million here. And he said, I got that. He said, I don't know. He said, I would have never known about that until I come back to the States. Really? So, because the guy was trying to find him, So Brian went home. I didn't know that. More things fine with medical care in the Philippines. I'm fine with medical care in the Philippines, but major problems, I go back to U.S. Yeah, if you cut or you cut yourself, or you need, like I had a cyst pull off my face. If you have stomach aches and things like that, I would go. But as far as cutting on you and taking out your appendix or cutting on you, I'd go back to States. If I had to beg, borrow, and steal, if I didn't have the money, I'd figure out to go back to the States because uh, I would do that. Because no matter what, even though your care may not be 100% perfect, I know that I would be okay. Not saying it's not perfect here. In fact, here the doctors are very few. They have to transfer from hospital to hospital to hospital because they don't have enough doctors. So the graduating doctors, they're 25 years old. The experience level is fair experience level, but not really a lot of experience in the hospital itself. Because urgent care here is not like urgent care in the U.S. Urgent care here is they don't really get a lot of urgent care. People go home. They break their leg. They go home and fix it themselves. They break their arm or something like that happens. They go home and fix it. Because here you have to go buy the equipment first and then bring it to hospital. So like you need your gauze and your tapes and all that stuff. You have to go buy your oxygen. You have to go buy all that stuff and then bring it into the hospital and then they'll operate on you. But what if you don't have anybody to do the running? And I ran across that with a guy in Cebu. The guy in Cebu had nobody to go get the stuff for him because he was in the bed. And he had nobody, didn't have a runner, had no relationship with anybody. He was alone. And that's the reason why he reached out to me. And I luckily had a friend from my old company that lived there. And he went there and picked up all the stuff he needed on his expense. And then when the guy got finished and everything, of course he reimbursed him and then gave him some. The guy was rich. He was Canadian. He said, I have a lot of money. And he did. He gave the guy an extra $1,000 because he went the extra mile. He said, I have money too. I don't need. He said, take the $1,000 and give it away to the church then. And so I don't know what they did, but he said, Tom, thank you for that. That experience made me realize I need to help more. I did not know the American is there. And then there's another American here that is down and out. And so, I said, okay, American Embassy will help. I got an email, guys down and out. I said, American Embassy will help. You have to have family in the U.S. to help. If you don't have family, they will garnish your pension. If you don't have pension, they will still help you get to the States. They will buy the ticket for you. They will put you up in a hotel in Manila. The embassy will do that. And they have. I can vouch for that. They have. People say they don't help, they don't do anything. No, they don't. They do help. Don't let you think that the American Embassy doesn't help their own people. They do help. So sorry, I'm rambling on again. Yeah, I was just in Calacun the other day, about an hour here south here. It's crowded as Manila. Yeah. Good morning, Kevin and Jim. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Kevin. Good morning, Joe and Jeannie again. You guys saying hi to each other. Thumbs up. 260 in here is free. Yeah, he's feeling something wrong. He said he's back and going back to Philly. Yeah, I can see how Philippines do OFW and maintain relationships and stride. Yeah, they're tough. They're tough. They're really tough to do that. I know Ruth just got back here in the Philippines. Been here about 6 or 8 months when I met her, and because she was OFW. I mean, she was in Hong Kong and Saudi and HVAC timer. Good morning. How you doing this morning? They keep on constant contact, talk all the time. They get a chance. At least my brother-in-law does that way with his wife. Yeah. I always see her on her phone when I say hello. Yeah. Marshall Butlers went back to Australia after his tests were done in Manila, which said he had high readings. Back in Australia, he had the same test and found nothing wrong. What does that tell you? Yeah, the guy with the prostate cancer, they said he's going to die. He said, I literally cried for hours. I cried for hours, he said. Then I get back. I'm back in the States immediately. Can I get an appointment? Can I get an appointment? Can I get an appointment? And so they did tests, and they did multiple tests there. And he said, there's nothing wrong with it. You got a hernia. That's the reason they're swollen up like this. You got this, that. We're going to do the test. So they checked his prostate. They even checked his colon, all that stuff. I suggest that Marky, no matter what, go back to the States and then get the test, and then you know. Even this cyst, I had a biopsy on it done, and I didn't even look at results. I did not look at the results on this. I had a biopsy done on it. They wanted to do a biopsy on it. I didn't ever look at it because you know what? Do I trust? HVAC timer, good morning. Howdy, hillbilly. Hillbilly in Asia. Hello, brother Tom from Kentucky. Typhoon. Yeah, we're getting a typhoon here too. And man, I caught up. Can you believe that? Sorry I'm late. Good morning. How you doing, Sammy? It's okay. Nothing wrong with being late. Marshall Butters. I tell you what, Kevin, how is Gemma, by the way? She's a working horse, that lady is. She's a very good lady and always helping me. Captain Billy Jack, high five, long time. Hello, Robert Simmons, good to see you. Joe and Jeannie, so good morning. Thank you guys for coming on. Better be late than nothing, exactly. Yeah, don't you call me to lunch, I'll never be late for lunch.
Better late than never.
Better late than never. Here's my wife, come and say hi, darling. Okay, well, you can come say hi. Robert Simmons, I love all today, yes, exactly.
Ay, Baba,
Captain Billy Jack.
You bite again my glass right there.
That's mine.
Yeah, that one
he
is
gets
open.
in there. I'll get that in there. Okay. Captain Billy Jack, good morning. Sissy Ruth. Yeah.
Good morning and happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. She is a referee for a baseball team. You know why?
Like this one.
Yeah. You look like a referee. Mama, I did nothing wrong. I'm going to do no wrong rest of the day. I promise you, I'm going to do no wrong rest of the day. I promise that. You look good. So, Hillbilly, Typhoon, 5.7 my mind. All be safe, exactly. Yeah, well, we got some strong winds yesterday. What is the rate today? 58.75 it was this morning. 58.75. It's going up. They predict it's going to get into the 70s now. Before it was 60, 65. Now they predict it's going to go into 70s. And if it gets into 70s, it's a positive thing, but it's still going to cost the same, Expensive, right? Expensive. So how you do?
I did good.
Will I see you today?
Probably not.
Probably not. She's got many things she's going to go do today. She's got to go meet family members and things, so she's very busy today. Yeah, Joe and Jeannie, good morning. Good evening, Robert. Robert, how you doing? Robert, how's your medical condition? How's things going with you? Sammy, multitasking. I'm in the other stream, too, on the panel. Okay. Yeah. I would have, Arlene was on. Arlene, you still on? I would have 10, 15, 20 streams on at a time, and still do. YouTube, let me tell you what they did. YouTube, when they turned the channel back on, the channel came back on fine. So, as I said, I woke up with 15,000 views because of the way the cycle ran and this, that, and other. No worries. So, as I'm going in there, then all of a sudden, I'm looking, and I made 95 cents for the month, right? No worries. So, as I'm looking, all the videos are starting to pop in, meaning they said it's going to take a while for all your videos to pop in because you have a large amount of videos. They said it could take a few days.
All your comments is back.
And then all my comments come back.
The one is 3 years ago.
5 years of comments. Thousands. Because there's some videos I have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 comments. So there's thousands on there. There's literally thousands. You can't get rid of them. When a comment goes in there, you either have to reply to it, you can exit it. So if you guys send replies, which I'm sure you guys would wonder, why is he replying to this 3 years ago or 4 or 5 years ago? I replied to one that Mark King did. It was 4 years ago. And I think it was Mr. B. 5 years ago, Mr. B, of comments. Mr. B, how you doing, man? How's things with you?
I get going now.
Okay, you get going.
Oh.
Okay. Don't forget Jimmy D. Good morning, Jimmy D. How you doing?
Hi, Daddy.
Goodbye. Bye. Thank you so much. Give me Kia. All right, bye, darling. Bye. Hit the like button. Yes. Billy, that's awesome for your whoop whoop. Yeah, that's exactly right. Good morning. Good morning. Philly in Asia. Bank to bank is 58.74. Hey, that's good. That's good. So you get some good dollars out of that. Yeah, that's really bank to bank. Over, good morning. Omer bites Ruth as well. He does all the time. That's all he does is bite. And you know what? Good thing about him is he's such a sweet dog. So everything's clean? Okay. So what reason R is asking for a phone is I take her phone is we're just making sure that things don't get clean on her duties on the weekends because she's on her phone. So and now it's all clean. You're welcome. You're welcome. You just have to make sure you clean, do laundry, and just simple tasks. Clean your room, do laundry, sweep the floor of the blessing house. That's it. She don't have to worry about anything else. She has no worries. BT just got a schedule for 3 for this typhoon. 18 hours supposed to be bad here. Ogre, so how are things with you? We got, I don't know, it was a lot of rain yesterday. You can get 30, 40 inches of rain easy. There's a barrel out there empty, and it's out in the open. So actually it's more rain than that. That's a lot of rain. And it comes heavy and hard. Yeah.
Ang basta akong cellphone na isa.
Heavy and hard. Oh, over. Guys, first things first. Coffee. I have my coffee. So, good morning. Hey, over Hillbilly saying, hey, Tom, how's that van running? I'm glad you got it. Helps a lot. It does. It does. The van is running pristine. As he had it off, it cost me $300. A little less, like 260, 80 bucks. They replaced the rings. I had them do this on purpose because the motor's out. They had to replace a thermostat. And you had to take the motor out because the hand cannot fit in a gap this big. So they took the motor out. I said they changed the rings, put new rods, grind 2 valves down. What else to do? New head gasket, resurface that, change transmission fluid oil, filter, a bunch of stuff. I'm missing the pieces, parts here. Anyway, $17,000. You go crank it, it runs fine. The turbo, it'll clean the turbo, clean the injectors and all that stuff. The turbo was filthy. I said, well, I can just imagine. He said it was really dirty. Black came out forever. They ran the van for 8 hours. I was wondering how that full tank got down to 3/4 tank. They ran the van for 8 hours to seal the rings and everything. I said, really? He goes, yeah, 8 hours. So I ran it the other day. It runs like a top, but I got it up for sale. I'm selling it for 250,000 peso. I've had it for 9 months now, and I'm selling it. So if you know anybody wants to buy it, it's a good van. I would stand behind that van. And I'll guarantee it for 30 days, as long as you don't rip, roar, and tear it up. Because that's what warranty I got on it there. It's 30-day warranty on anything that goes wrong with it. He'll tear it back apart, refix it if something happens, or you got a problem with something that he repaired. It's got a 30-day warranty. Can't beat that. No other Philippine company does that. Nobody in the Philippines gives you warranties. He does. He guarantees his work. That's how good he is. If you're missing a screw, say that they forgot a screw to put something back together, you tell him there'll be a screw put in there. If he has to go buy one or find one, he'll find it. He has his own machine shop, so he owns his own rigs. He does dumpster trucks, big long haul trucks. He's got like 4 or 5 shops, but I've known him personally for years. I met him through Alton, and I've known him for years, and he's probably one of the best guys I've ever met. He is a seaman. He was the chief mechanic on a cruise line. Why did you just rebuild the entire motor? Well, we did. We rebuilt the whole motor. Nothing else you could have done. There was no rough edges inside the pistons. The pistons were fine. The sidewalls were fine. The whole motor's redone. Cost me 260, 80 bucks, including all parts. Yeah, had sleeves put on. Had the sleeves put on if needed. No sleeves are needed. It was not worn down that bad. I was actually surprised. No scratches in the rings. I mean, in the piston holes. No, none of that. I was surprised at how good it was. He said apparently whoever had this motor did a fairly good job at taking care of it, because even though the oil was changed, I changed it regularly. He says it's okay, and it was clean. The motor was clean as a whistle, and it's really clean as a whistle now. I mean, clean. You could eat off of it if you had to. So I have to tell you that I would stand behind this motor. Yeah, it's completely redone. Yeah, listen, if it needed rod, he put a rod in it. If it needed a valve, he put a valve in it. I didn't replace all the valves. Why do that? Luckily, all the parts are available because it's multi-cap base. Let's see, John Ferris. Good morning, John Ferris. How you doing, John? Good to see you, man. Yeah, and yeah, I had it apart. No sense. I had replaced parts that need to be replaced. If it didn't need replaced, no sense replacing. It's only 3 cylinders. It's not like I'm going to go get all new pistons and everything else. No need it. I mean, the thing will last another 150,000 miles or more if you take care of it. And where are you going to go here? You know, it's not like, to be honest with you, it's not like USA. You can put 500 miles on it in a day. Here, you put 500 miles on it, you're going to be dead beat tired. Going up these mountains and hills and down the mountains and hills. He even put a set of brakes on the front for me. I forgot about that. He put a set of brakes on the front for me just for the hell of it. I said, really? He said, well, we had that out. I looked at the brakes just for the heck of it. And he said, they weren't too bad. I just went in and put a couple of pads on there for you. And he has his own parts store next to it. So, can't beat the guy, man. It's 260. Yeah, it was nice. Hillbilly, so John Ferris, Omer's fine. He's been biting my foot. Hey Tom, breakfast in USA, same thing. 2 pieces of toast, bread, egg, sausages, bacon, coffee. Exactly. Yeah. We had oatmeal this morning, but I craved eggs last night, so I had eggs and rice. Just over easy eggs. Ruth would make a great shore order cook. She's really good at getting up some beef, sliced beef if you can find it, and egg. We didn't have any beef left because we ate it all. Egg and toast, and she's really good at doing that. Sometimes she'll throw a banana on the plate from our tree or the guy across the street. Got to get on the side a bit, but I'm still here. Okay, that's fine. Any Filipinos traveling out of the Philippines now need to have a biometric scan, which done Manila, so it costs $800 to Jim is getting hers done tomorrow. You know, it's funny you said that. I was reading a post on someone else that this Filipina had to do the same thing, and they offloaded her on the plane and had to do a re-interview, and which caused it to be a hassle. Now they've been married for 6 years, and they offloaded her, and she's 50. Yeah, she's 50, and they offloaded her. If you're gonna do interviews, do it before the flight. You know, if you're gonna do interviews, do it before you even get close to that thing. Don't do it as they're on the plane and they come in there and get you off the plane. It's the most thing. So they had to cancel the flight, which they lost the money, and they're going back to U.S. So imagine that hassle. Imagine canceling, a couple $1,000s or more, and imagine that. So he said that's exactly the reason why I'm going back. He says I'm tired of the hassle of going somewhere and standing and waiting and saying waiting and have this and we changed it, sir, and you got to go over here. I mean, old dog just went through that with his lady. They said, you got to pay a tax. Well, you got to go pay this tax. So he's running to go pay the tax, and he goes to pay the tax. You don't do it here no more. You got to go on the other side of the airport. So they're running over there to get the other side of the airport, and apparently he didn't have to pay the tax, but she had to pay the tax, and I don't remember, it's like 1-2, 1-3. So then they rushed back so they catch the plane to get out, and because apparently she was offloaded or held up or something. I didn't finish watching all the aspects of it. Kevin asks, high five, good morning, how you doing, Kevin? BT. How is Kevin doing? Now, how many countries require it? Davil Don, it is safe. Davil, it's safe because you're here. If you weren't here, it would not be safe here, Davil Don. Good to see you. High five. And how's Mr. Davil Don doing? Good to see you. Kevin Ash, 90 to 100 per hour here at labor. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I'll be honest with you. I got it. I was expecting to be about 40, 50,000. I was expecting it. I had it in my pocket. I said, oh, man. Or more. So I go in there and I said, how much is it? He said, well, we had to do this and we had to do that. So I'm so sorry. I got to add another 2,000 peso, which is $40. I said, okay. Then he says, I'm so sorry. I didn't call you on this. I went ahead and did it anyway. I added this on there. It's $1,000. I go, okay. I saw the bill. I go, oh, wow. Yeah. So I cranked the van. It's running, been running it. I drive it all over the place. We go everywhere in it. Everything is fine. The turbo kicks in, and it actually sounds better, and it runs better than it ever did since I bought it. You can't even hear the motor running. One guy says, I want to buy it, right? So he says, please save it. And he had Ruth go out, crank it up. So she cranked it and said, do a video on it so he can hear it running. He said, I'll be there soon. I have to scrounge up the money. I don't have the money. I really want it. Hold it for me. She says, listen, I got 2, 3, 4, 5 people want this fan, and they're saying the same thing. They're scrounging up the money. You know, money's short. And so, first come, first serve is all I have to say. The first one comes here with the money, I'll let them have it. Because, you know, why not, right? My doctor said, Hillbilly said, rice okay for lunch and dinner, no more than 2 cups a day. I have pacemaker and heart stuff. I see. Yeah, my doctor told me no rice because it turns, what did he say? 7 teaspoons of sugar in 1 cup after we ingest it into our system. Once it's ingested in our system, it turns to sugar. And he said you're eating 14 to 20 teaspoons of sugar when you eat that rice 3 cups a day. And I said, are you kidding me? And so not only that, Ruth talked to her friend doctor across town. We have a good close friend that's a doctor. That's the reason we know a lot of the stuff about what's going on, about doctors leaving and all this stuff. We find out through her. She's a doctor. So we got an ailment, we call her. She tells us what to do. We need something, she writes a prescription, we go get it. But she was saying that, yeah, don't eat the rice. Only rice, 1 meal a day, only at lunch, not at dinner. And if you eat the rice, only 1 cup for Tom. He gets no more than that. Eat the diabetic rice, you can have a little bit more in a cup, but only one cup a day, because you want him to live long or you want him to die. And Ruth says, I want him to live. And she showed me the things. She says, that's what you do. And I did not know it. I've learned a lot here. That's the reason I started that other channel about learning. She told me to start drinking these leaves on this plant that Ruth did a video on, and it'll help you. I'll just be honest with you. I've drank it about 3 days in a row now. I got a lot more energy. You boil the leaves in the water, I have tons of energy. I mean, tons of energy. A lot more than I ever have since I've been here. I walked this morning. I'm walking fast-paced, like I'm light on my feet. I go, what is that? My knee's not hurting anymore. I don't have any ailments. My knee stopped hurting. I used to have a problem with my wrist here. I fell and cut my hand here, almost died, all the way across here on clay roof, and fell off the roof onto the ground. It's a good, and I still live. God was with me. And this hand hurts all the time. It's numb. This hand is numb. It's always been numb. So even though they fixed the tendons and all the stuff, but it's not hurting anymore. It's no aching, not aching. So I'm gonna drink more of that. I said, go get more leaves. She said, Daddy, they're growing. I guess usually they do. I think more curious about the salary, Kevin asked. Are you still in Angeles, Davidan? BT is saying, or Davidan was asking. Not only was baby May the first-time traveler, they want to see if she could get home herself and has pocket money. If Paul takes off, she has the ability to get back home alone too. Yeah, that's the reason she had to show her channels, the income. They actually watch the videos and they question her about things, although she had money in her purse. So accessibility there. So there you go. I don't know what they make or anything about it, but I know that I just saw that part of the video. I didn't see anything other. I watched part of Baby May's video. I'm trying to get her to Singapore. Even more difficult. Yeah. Try getting her to Singapore. Is it? Yeah. My friend Mark came in, unvaccinated, flew into Manila. Flew into Manila. Is there in Manila, and get this, unvaccinated, put him in quarantine for 5 days, but he got out in 3. Now he's in Ginseng. So they are accepting flights coming in. He said it was no hassle. I didn't have to do anything. I just booked my ticket, go to go into the ticket counter, threw the ticket down there, got on the plane, stopped off in Kuala Lumpur or somewhere like that. I forget what it is. I think it said Kuala. Then get out of there, He flies here, gets out of the airplane, goes through customs, everything is fine, and that's where they went to quarantine. So, and he said quarantine was nice. He said it really took care of him, man. John Ferris, hey Tom, need you to send me some info before I leave here the next month. It's going to cost me about for my trip. Okay, just message me on Facebook or young.tom23. You can message me and I'll help. What's the name of that plant? Hey RR, what's the name of that plant that I drink the leaves? Is it mulberry? Yeah, mulberry. Mulberry. So, and they boil the leaves. I have a guy. It's Alton and I group that he lives in Valencia City, just right down the road here. He's always had problems. He's really a big guy. I mean, big in stature, and he's about 350. He's this big in stature, just big. His arms are the size of my thighs. He's big. He's a Marine. And of course, all Marines big. Well, no, but he is. He lifted a lot of weights. You guys don't know where I'm headed here. And his legs, he got to where he couldn't walk. And he says, I just have a problem walking. My hips are hurting. I'm getting old. And he said, I walk and with cane. And he, walks in the street back for exercise. Does everything he can. He started drinking these leaves, and he's actually the one. Him and Beth, Alton's wife, actually turned me on to this. And he said, Tom, I can walk now. I don't need the cane. It's actually helped my hips and my joints. He said it took about 2 months, but he said I'm fairly good. I don't need the cane anymore. He says I get up and walk. He said I'm like you. I walk around the block a couple times, and he said I'm set. No, it's not moringa. No, it's mulberry. Ruth did a video on it. Go on Ruth and Tom Philippine Adventures. Ruth did a video on it. Ruth and Tom Philippine Adventures. Go on the video that she did. She did a video on that tree. It's in with her flowers and stuff. Look toward the end, I think. But it's in there somewhere, she said. Captain Billy Jack. Your plate should be half veggies, half protein, and rice. I know. We're trying to find the protein. I can't seem to find the protein. I can't find the protein. It's very. Luckily I bought a canister of protein. Powdered protein, real muscle mass, and that's what I've been using to make up for the protein I'm not getting in my food. And I noticed an increase because I've been eating protein. This chicken, the small chicken about the size of my fist is, I don't know, it's $5-6 now. It's not enough. We need 3 or 4 of them just to get a meal. Ruth and I had one the other day. It was just not enough. It was just not enough. It's not enough for 3 of us. All 3 of us got up hungry. And vegetables, we're having a problem, man. There's still no onion. We're having a problem getting vegetables. We really are. Vegetables are really kind of hard to find for us. You get the carrots and stuff, but you can get cabbage, but you get tired of eating the carrots and cabbage. Eat a week of it, and you don't want it anymore. So, mulberry is good for what? It owes you, exactly. Let's see, I'll make sure I don't miss anybody. Yeah, what's his name? Look here. John Ferris, look at this guy. Isn't he something? Yeah, he just loves his daddy today. Yeah, he just loves his daddy today. Yeah, you should. That tickles. Yeah, well, he's just loving dog. Tom, cost for a 6-day in hospital, and my pacemaker, $165K, and hybrid pacemaker replace every 5 years. Oh my goodness, Mark. Oh my goodness. I did not know that. $165K. US dollars. Oh my gosh. Angeles is only 1 hour from here, so I go there a lot, Don. Live in Santa Ana. You guys talking? Anna, okay. Devil Dawn. There's a nice place in Angeles next time. Go on. Okay. You guys talking. Yeah, BT, you're right. I like, I like, it was good for me. Mark Richards, I hope to be in the Philippines soon. I'm waiting for my retirement to go through. Mark, I thought you already got it. It's okay though. It's okay. Song for Anna. Thumbs up. High five. Thank you for coming on. Look at him. He's wanting to play. He's biting his daddy. Yeah, he doesn't bite hard. There's BT. John Ferris, thank you. High five. High five. I got little Omer here biting my fingers. If he doesn't make you smile, I don't know what does. Ow! Watch this. Ow! Ow! See? Ice cream money. Ice cream. Thank you, John Ferris. We'll get some ice cream with it. We sure will. Hello, Mark. John. Great Don. You guys talking. BT. John Ferris. John Coffee. How you doing, my friend? How are things there, John Coffee? Good to see you. Good to see you. MJ, how you been? Good to see you, MJ. And thank you so much for coming on. Sorry I've been missing your stream. Did you know, MJ, the other day, they took down Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures channel for 3 weeks. They sent an apology letter and said, hey, we're terribly sorry. We did that. What did it say? It's completely our fault. And we apologize for any inconveniences this caused you. They took down this one in my church. So doing good. Yeah. BT is saying, John, there's some nice looking creeks running off the mount my house. I'll see if they got me prospect my cousin's land next week. There you go. Good. Long time no see. MJ, how you been? Good to see you. You guys can probably tell it's getting dark here. And when it starts getting dark, that means what's coming. So I'm not going to jinx it. I'm not jinxing. And that's where lights go black. I'm not jinxing it. I'm not even going to say it. Yeah, but even if it does, it's okay. We'll plug in the phone for charging. You are biting me like crazy, little man. So good morning, Lagaya. Susan Jinko. How you been? Good to see you, Susan. Yeah, oh my goodness. Why, yeah, I heard a shooting star about that. Yeah, it's crazy. Good morning, Lagaya. Nice to see you. Miss you. Good morning. Yeah, Ruth just left. She had to go to town. They had to do something for church. John Coffee, watching from Bakersfield, California. So, John, how are things with you, my friend? How is Bakersfield, California? I remember driving through Bakersfield many times in my life. There used to be a company that I worked for down in there. I was a manufacturer's rep. I used to drive through there. Good morning, song for Anna. BT, yeah. Planning, it made snuffer out the medicine bottle and the straw works good. Yeah, okay. Kevin asked, do you see many videos of Marky that was going through public markets showing all their veggies and fruits? Why is it probably so lacking? It's, if you look at the fruits and vegetables on that, Kevin Nash, count them. Count them. Count the vegetables. You have squash. You have some type of onion, right? You start looking at all the vegetables. Carrots, and you'll see this. Carrots this much. Onion this much. Then you see cabbage this much. Then you go back here and you'll see this. There's only like 10 things that you can have on the high side that's available. You don't have a large variety. There's a lot of things are not here. We went to the market. The lady had 4 feet of cabbage, and she only had 6 feet in her counter. And the fruits are sure the pineapple and the coconut and all that stuff, and the bananas and all that, and the moringa and all that stuff is good. But you have to be careful eating a lot of that stuff because it has the sugars that will harm you. You know, it has all the sugars. All right, take care of him. He's oh my goodness. Clothes are online. You can hear the rain. Can you guys hear it? You hear the rain? It's raining. It's raining medium. Wait, it gets hard, but it's very quiet in the house. I've been so long talking, I didn't even look. I don't want to miss any comments there. My phone shut off. Yeah, you do. You see a lot of stuff in there. It's just not a lot to choose from. There's not a lot to choose from. I'm trying to think of the vegetables. Ruth and I are just beside ourselves at the market. I get tired of eating that. We'll have avocado when it comes into season. And it's not just me here. Oh, you can get bok choy. You can get bok choy. They'll have like a big section of bok choy, but for kimchi, and that's what people use it for. They don't use it too much for anything else. They use it for kimchi. They make kimchi with it. It's a big favorite thing here in the Philippines. You can sell thousands and thousands of bags of that a year. Maureen, high five. Yeah. So anyway, count the vegetables next time, Kevin. And really, I mean, I counted them one time. There was 8 vegetables. Well, those 8 vegetables, I mean, you eat, you get tired of it. At least U.S., you have a variety of cauliflower and broccoli when it's in season. You have all that stuff. Now, Ruth did bring home some cauliflower. She did bring home some broccoli she found the other day. Very expensive for a head about this big on each one. Very expensive. But she did find some broccoli and cauliflower searching. It needed to grow longer, but they cut it too soon. But we use all of it. We use every bit of it. It's just not a lot of choices. I'm trying to think. Celery, non-existent. The zucchini, squash, all the squashes, no yellow or zucchini. You have the big squash. You might find butternut. If you're lucky, you'll find butternut squash. Green onions you can find. I'm trying to think. Ginger you can find. They'll have a big section of ginger. It makes it look like they have so much stuff there, but you look at it, it's not that much stuff. It's but we used to do in the supermarket business. The appearance of making it, how beautiful it is at Walmart and some of the stuff. I used to tell you guys, palette as high as you can go. It's an appearance of beauty, and it's just so much wonderful stuff here. I used to make the guys build these big, humongous displays on purpose. Get every watermelon you get. If tractor trailer loader, you have to pile them everywhere. But you could, and that way it shows that big. And they're doing that here because it's all they have. Let's see, Mary Jane. It's good to be here. It's good to see you too, Nagaya. How's things with you? When you coming home? When you coming home? Susan, I'm back in the U.S. and I'm doing great. So Susan, you're back? So everything okay? And it's good to see you, Susan. It's nice to see you. Hi, Nagaya. Hillbilly and Jane doing good so far. Yeah. Maureen. Hi, Maureen. I saw you the other day cutting down some stuff there. Good to see you, Maureen. It's always a pleasure. Tell Mr. Ken I said hi. He's a good guy. Mr. Ken's a good guy. John Ferris, when you dry your gold, it's outside mercury that vapors it off, won't hurt you. Y'all. So, doing good, 96 degrees. The gate fair tomorrow. We'll take my 6-year-old son to Monster Truck Stop. Oh, man. They love that stuff. I want to take R to one. I want to take Mommy to one. They've never seen anything like that. Ruth says, what's that? And saw a Ferris wheel. I said, what's that? I said, it's real big on Mitch's channel. It's real big Ferris wheel. She said, what's that? Can you ride that? I said, yeah. I've never seen anything like that. Can we ride it? I said, it's really tall, honey. I want to ride it. She said, 2 can fit on there. I said, well, yeah, we could probably get our R in there too. I said, we could probably ride it. So she wants to ride a Ferris wheel. They've not experienced a lot of stuff here like that. Roller coasters, Ferris wheel, even a merry-go-round. They don't experience that. They don't know what that is. Of course, they know what volleyball is and badminton and things like that, but even that's flexible. I asked R the other day, I said, in PE in school, do you have to do jumping jacks? Oh, no, Daddy. A PE is just a few minutes. Oh, it's not a class? Oh, no. Oh, no, we don't have a class. Well, how do you play volleyball? Well, you sign up for the sport. Well, how does it work? She goes, I don't know. So the sports, they're not really sports oriented here. They are, but they're not. We have a family member ended up becoming a tennis pro in Manila, but there's no tennis courts here. So I don't know how I learned to play tennis. Michael Heidi, I've learned a ton about diet this past year. I need to make a life change with diet about 3 months ago for health reasons. I'm on keto. no less than 20 grams of carbs. Good for you, man. Good for you. That's the reason I started that channel, Healthy Lifestyle. So many of my friends that are sick, and this cancer thing's just bouncing around all over the place. And I want to live longer. I want to do things more. I want to experience things more. People are saying that to be honest, if you look at my older videos back in 17 and 18, even in 15, look at my videos 2015. You'll see a big difference and change in what I'm about. I got rid of a lot of the junk. I don't eat junk food here anymore. I eat a candy bar every once in a while. And I do crave sweets. Ruth makes cakes, but it's not like we eat cakes. You get tired of it. It's like you have it in front of you. You eat so much ice cream, you don't want ice cream anymore. You know? So, even though everybody thinks I eat cake, Kevin Ash, what's up? What's up? There's a typhoon headed for Luzon. We're getting a lot of rain right now. I guess you're getting what people grow locally, and nothing coming in from other areas. All beans and peppers. Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. Beans and peppers and things like that are fairly non-existent. They grow them. We get eggplant from time to time, but it's not the eggplant that you guys think it is. It's a different tasting eggplant. You guys, Lagaya would know. MJ would know. I mean, even where MJ's at in Taiwan, even where Lagaya's at, look at their markets. I come here to the market and I'm going, they just don't have. I mean, Kevin, I'm not kidding you. They had a cabbage thing. It's 4 feet of cabbage. And her space is only like 5-6 feet. And they had moringa there. They had garlic. They had a thing of garlic, a bunch of garlic in a section. And I'm saying to myself, there's just not a lot of, unless I eat all garlic or I eat all cabbage. You can only eat so much of coleslaw, you know. And we try to cook that in different ways. No beans. I get my protein through beans, but the beans are old. I mean old, like you can boil them for 2 days and they're still hard as a rock. So the beans are old, and there's no beans. And China has stopped, or their actions stopped a lot of the China stuff coming in our area and throughout the Philippines because of, I guess, prices. Yeah, it's raining awful early. Yeah, it's raining awful early here. So that means today's going to be a questionable day as far as solar is charged. Solar's charged up 100%. I have to tell you, these lithium batteries charged up in an hour this morning, 100%. Yeah, everyone growing the same fruit crops locally, not much getting in other areas because of cost shipping, I guess. Everybody budget money. Exactly. I mean, there's no corn. There's no corn at the market. They transport it from CDO to Davao here and Davao CDO. Now you can go to CDO. They might have a few more things there, you know, but you're not going to find a lot of fantastic things. I mean, you get the pineapples, you can get the jackfruit, you can get stuff like that. But I grow the jackfruit here, and I can go buy a pineapple, but you can only eat so much of that pineapple. Very acidic, you know. And tomatoes are basically almost non-existent. They have the little aromas, the hard skin. You try to cut it with a sharp knife, it's hard to cut it. And honestly, you have to wait quite a few days for them to turn red. And in some cases, they don't turn red. They're basically almost like a green tomato, but they're good if you prepare it correctly. Ruth takes it and makes with onion and that and other stuff, and adds a little olive oil and adds a little soy sauce to it and makes a pretty good dish out of it. Yeah. Hey Tom, anyone have green beans called there stick beans? Yeah, they have green beans here. They have the long beans and they have the stick beans here. They have them, but they're few and far between. You can buy them, but sometimes they're non-tasty. You guys know what I mean by non-tasty? You eat it, and you don't really know you ate it. It's okay, it's in your belly, but okay, I'm getting it, but there's no taste in it, the bean itself. You can put all kinds of stuff you want on it, but it's still the same thing. So, Lagaya had another booster yesterday. Brave girl, high five. Good for you, Lagaya. Good for you. These beans are always awesome with little ham. Yeah. If I could find some fresh beans, northern beans, navy beans. We call them soup beans, BT. If I find me some soup beans, I'd be okay. Little cornbread, some soup beans, I'd be all right. A little buttermilk, okay. They stopped selling milk. We cannot buy milk, fresh milk. We can only buy it in a box that's not even milk. It's a powdered milk. They turn into milk. They call it milk, but it's not milk. There's box milk. It's not milk. It doesn't even taste like milk. Long beans are good. I have bought them in Asian stores. Allowed to grow bean seeds, pole, Kentucky Wonder, organic. Yeah, we tried. We can't grow anything here. We tried everything. We've tried everything we can grow. I talked to my brother-in-law. He said your ground. He said my ground in the mountain. I can only grow certain things. I can't grow a lot of vegetables. He can grow coffee. Of course, he can grow sugar cane, guava, corn, stuff like that. But he can't grow a lot of vegetables. He would grow vegetables. He said the ground's not right here where we live. I don't know why. I don't see a lot of growers. You drive down the road, even going to CDL, you don't see any farms of vegetables. There's no plantations of lettuce. There's no broccoli or cauliflower plantations or anything like that. There's nothing. And I've often wondered about that. I guess I've learned it's the ground. I guess. That's what I was told by my brother-in-law. He's a farmer, so he would know. You can go have rice, but even the rice is iffy. They're not the rice. They used to give them free fertilizer, and to help the farmers, and so they don't give them that anymore. So the farmers stopped producing a lot of the rice. They're selling the land for cash, and some of the big rice farmers, it's not worth it because the government used to help them that, and I guess they stopped. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I just know he says they can't do it anymore. So he's looking at other avenues for income. They're trying to figure out because farming has gone down. Once farming goes down, you guys understand the scenario here, and inflation hits. You see something coming? Oh boy. So Ruth said yesterday we got to get back to the States. Hillbilly. Allowed to grow beans. I wish we could. I could live on pansy, long beans, tilapia, and lechon. Yeah, tilapia for us Americans, it's not expensive. Ruth won't buy it because it's $7, $8 a pound or kilo. I'm sorry, for two kilo, for a kilo, 1 kilo, 2 pounds. So she won't buy it. It's too expensive. $7, $8, $9. So $4, $5 a pound. She won't buy it. You only get a small amount. So she's decided, even the tilapia farmers that are farming are getting less dollars for it than they were at one time. We have families in tilapia, and that's we get from them, but they start slowing up on it. I think low growth stuff get cheap and sell. I think if they could get it, the farmers are bringing it down out of the mountains and selling it at the market and selling it to the guys at the market, and they put it on consignment with these guys. And I've noticed even the rice lady that sells tons of rice, she was telling me that a lot of the local guys that do the vegetables and things, the farms are getting too much rain, and the farms are flooded. So like right now it's raining in the middle of the day. I guarantee we got 40, 50 inches yesterday or more. When I walked this morning, the streets are still flooded. I had to do this. You Filipinos know you got to do this, lift the leg, go over here, go this, and that's what I was doing this morning. Good exercise. Yeah, Lagaya, you are such a good worker trying to help others out there. Yes, you are, Lagaya. Lagaya is a good person. I've known Lagaya a long time. She's been a long time subscriber to the channel, and I highly respected. She's highly respected by me and Ruth both. Yes, I think local grown stuff they get cheap and sell. Yes, Lagaya is a good person. There are lots of different kind of vegetables not in the Philippines. I was so amazed when I saw it the first time here. I know, it's a awakening. Ruth actually dreams of it now. She said yesterday, "I wish I could cook food. I want to cook food." I said, "I'm stuck." And said, "Daddy, it's there. We don't have anything." I said, I know. Just go get another head of cabbage and another carrot. We'll make something out of it, And throw it in with rice and throw something else in there. So that's what we have. We just do the best we can what we have. Eggplant, but it's bitter. It's, you know. Ruth cooks it fine. We had the taro root. We're eating taro root. We're trying to get some sweet potatoes. We eat sweet potatoes. But like you said, you can't eat sweet potato every day. So we're trying to offset it with some of these other potatoes and sweet potatoes and potatoes themselves. And it's doing fairly well, but you run out of that. They don't have a lot, they don't have a lot of potatoes here. I'm amazed. Like I want to make mashed potatoes. They don't have a lot of potatoes where I'm at. Now I can say here. Now you up there where BT's at, I bet they got a lot more stuff. But here where I'm at, they don't. Yeah, MJ knows what you have there because she did. Her hometown's just right down the road here. MJ, when she comes back home, I don't know if she'll probably live in Cebu, CDO, but her home, her family is just not literally close here to me. Within 30 minutes or so. HVAC, yes, I know milk's hard to come by. It is. S&R, I can get it S&R. Yeah, I got to go to S&R. I hear S&R is a place for me to go, and I need to do that. Getting turkeys to the market. Some disease is going to jack up price again. Ruth is talking. I don't know if her feelings about that. She may be getting out of turkey business. It's a lot of work and not a lot of benefit. She sold 2 or 3 pair, but the income she lost. One just got sick and died. Apparently these people around here raising the roosters immunize the roosters, and apparently if they immunize those and they're close, she told me this, I don't know, she knows more about it than I do, will affect the birds where I'm at, because they don't have anything to fight off the disease. And we don't immunize these because we want them to be free range, good. Don't want junk in them, want stuff in them. Maybe they should stop giving out the diseases. Yeah, exactly. Tom, you're lucky Ruth doesn't start a piggery. Exactly. Well, good thing she's Seventh-day Adventist. She's Seventh-day Adventist. She won't even go close to a piggery. We got a piggery right over here close to us, and the guy is doing fairly well with it. And a piggery is a good business to be into, but the smells and the odors are unbelievable. That's the reason I said, I think if I was to have a do-over, I'd move in the middle of a rice field. I'd buy me a rice field. I would cover it with a lot of dirt and put, 2 feet of gravel on top of it. Then I'd build a house there and be in the middle of a rice field with no noise, no roosters, no crows, no snakes. None of that stuff bothered me. They call, if I see a snake coming, I see him a mile away, I can shoot him with a slingshot. I am so frustrated with the karaoke at 3 a.m. Right now they're playing music out here. You can't hear it because we're in the house. If I was to open this door, you could hear the music boom, 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 boom. I'm so tired of it. The drinking every day, the karaoke every day. It's like it's really getting on my nerves. So sometimes I go in the room and I just close the door because it's pure silence in that room because of an expandable house. I go over in this concrete house, forget about it. But I'll go in there and say, I sat there yesterday for almost 4 hours because of the noise. The motorcycles, the blaring of the guy's working on his bike out there. He's got music as loud as it can go on his tricycle. And it's like, you're kidding me, right? I went down there 2 times, told him to quiet that thing down. And he did, but 10 minutes later, it's back up again. Hey, Tom, see, Asia, these stores close to Kentucky, pole beans, Blue Lake, yeah. I love pole beans. I have to have BC Canada because it's too expensive to live here now, yeah. I know you don't eat pig, but all profit, yeah, exactly. Jim Allner, good morning. Jim Dunlap, good morning. How is Jim and Jim Dunlap, Jim Allner? Going to Malaysia, very cheap to fly there, like $50. Wow, Jim, good for you. Jim Allner, how are things with you, my friend? And thank you so much, Jim Allner, for your support always. Thank you all you guys for coming on always for your support. Going to Malaysia, cheap, $50. Wow. Eggplant Parmesan. If we could get the Parmesan, I bought a small bottle of Kraft, and I I paid $3 for it. It's gone in one setting. Family likes it. Family said they'd never had anything like it in their life. Now they want it. They want it more. I said, wait till you have the fresh. Tom Shipman brought fresh from U.S. to his wife here. She's making spaghetti every night and she's thinking stuff she can put that Parmesan on. She loves it. She loves it. You know, grading it off. He bought a block. R.R. Watt, good morning. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. It's like 15, 20 minutes if you drive fast. There you go. Well, I knew you're close. I knew you're very close. And I know that I don't know where you're going to live, but, you know, at least I can say that one day for sure we'll meet when you do come home, whenever that is, and we'll get to see you. That'd be funny to do a live stream with him, Jane, right? Wouldn't it be cool? And how about Kevin Nash comes? I'd have to go up to Baguio and him and Lagaya, but when Kevin Nash comes, can you imagine? I would do a bunch of videos. Kevin, I love your bike. I love your bike. I told the guy we need to find a place in big for him. Yeah, Kevin, you do. As me telling you, you do. You need to get out in a way. You need a big area like, I don't know, 5 hectare, and put your house right in the middle of 5 hectare, and no one can get there, and go through gates and gate and gate. Then that way, you know, have a gate and have another gate and have a cow gate, because it's like. That way, it alleviates all the noise. Literally, the guys were out talking last night, and they're having a party, and they're drinking. It stopped about 4 a.m., and I can hear it in there, but it's not enough to bother me. But I come out and open up the bathroom door. We leave the bathroom window open, and they're literally, it's noisy. I go, I'm blessed. The Lord told me to buy this house, and I'm glad He did. Because people in the city, even my friend that lives, his name is Stephen Walker. He lives in Davao. He said, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. It's so noisy here. He said karaoke, the drinking, the driving, the horns honking all night long, and the roosters. He said, I got to get out of here. Where do I live? I said, I don't know. Don't ask me. In the middle of a rice field. I had a friend build a bamboo house in the middle of the rice field. He's up in the Visayas. That's what he did. He bought a rice field, a big thing of rice field. In the middle of the rice field, he put a road and surrounded by rice fields. He made himself about a 25 by 25 square meter plot area, and he put a house in the middle of it, and then surrounded by rice fields. And the only noise is when they come and collect the rice. And that's what he does. And that's how he does his income. And he said, it's so peaceful, it's unbelievable. I don't have to worry about that stuff you go through. But I realized they got 7 or 8 kids here, and they got 2 or 3 kids here, and there's 4 or 5 kids here, and there's 7 here, and there's 9 kids over here. And then across over here on the other side right here, there's a guy and his wife, and they have like 4 children. Now, I'm talking kids that are 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, like 20 years old. So I'm surrounded by kids. What do? Music. Your Bluetooth is now connecting. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. And then this is going boom, 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 boom. This one's going. If I could move, I would move. The heck with farming. I have distillery there set up and run when I get there. Nothing but money. John Ferris, you'd make so much money. You would make so much money. An unbelievable amount of money you would make in moonshine. Unbelievable. They would buy that, especially if you figure out a way. Cockfighting ring, they would buy that by the gallons. Oh, the background guys listening, yeah. Okay. Adia Pitsen. The plant name again, did that here? Yeah, mulberry. M-U-L. M-U. U is understand, you. And M-U-L-B-E-R-Y, mulberry tree, and it puts off a fruit. It's a fruit tree. And eat the fruit. It's very good for you. The fruit itself is like beautiful. Go on Ruth, just go on Ruth and Tom, or just search mulberry and search it and get your tree. I can actually tell the difference. I didn't drink some this morning. I don't know if we're out of leaves because she's been plucking the leaves. The plant is only like this big, but she's been plucking the leaves, and so I bet we're out of leaves. Okay, the background, just listen. Okay. Hillbilly. Yeah, mulberry. Yeah, mulberry. I could deal with a few farm fields burning the old crops a couple times a year. The smoke caribou running a bit. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, caribou don't bother anything. A goat. Now, they have one goat. They have a goat, and they put it in the field next to me. So I always hear the bah all the time. How's it go? Bah again. MJ, you do it. Bah. The guy, you do it. Bah. I'm teasing, but it's here. It's by my window all the time, and so they put it over here because they have no grass and no area there, and it's only 50 feet by 50 feet, not even 20 feet by 20 feet in a small house. Yeah. I could deal with a few. Rice terrace area would be nice, the mountains, but then you're 1 hour from civilization. Yeah. MJ. Yeah, but it's true that, right, MJ? MJ, you ever notice? Now, you don't have it like, listen, you grow up with the noises, you're used to noises, so it's okay with you. I didn't grow up with roosters or chickens. I grew up with horses, but they were out at the barn or out in the shed that's far away. So I would hear them from time to time, but we would not hear them. And in U.S., they have time. So for an example, if you're playing music loud at, say, 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night, or it's getting close to midnight, and somebody's trying to sleep, you can actually call the police. And the police will actually come to that place. Hey, I am Tom. I live here. We got noise ordinance going on. Okay, we'll send someone there. So they'll come to your house. Where's it at? Oh, I can hear it. I'll go take care of it. So they'll go do that and tell them either you turn it down or you go to jail. Your choice. If they don't turn it down and they've been drinking, they go to jail. There's no questions. They don't play. They don't play. And it eliminates a lot of riffraff. So people, next time, they know to keep it down and stop doing it at 11, 12, 1, unless it's a big party and they get it approved by the neighbors. Homeowner associations are really bad about that in the neighborhoods, that if you're at a certain time, you go past that, I mean, they're calling the police on you, and that you can get kicked out for it in the homeowner association in the U.S. You can, for noise. Believe it or not, they get you for just about anything. But that's reason. Now, when I had my place, I had a place up in Pearson, and I had 5 acres, and my house was in the middle of it. I never had to worry about anything. No noise, no cars honking, no things bothering me, none of that stuff. I just did my thing, and it was nice. I didn't have to worry about any of that because I knew. And when I lived in the city and had a homeowner association, had a house, and you guys understand that, close to the interstate, but you were out further away. To go to the store, you had to drive, 20, 25 minutes. Big deal, right? Well, same thing here. If I have to go to a grocery store, I have to drive 20, 25 minutes. They have a small store. It's central, but here's something that's unique about that store. You may go down an aisle and have the same items. You go down 2 more aisles, it's the same items again, because there's not a lot of selection of foods so they just fill it full of sardines or whatever they have abundance of, and they'll have it over in the pharmacy, and they'll have it over in the pie section where you're looking for pie mixes and there's no pie mixes, or the ketchup section, you may find sardines in it because they have nothing else to fill it with. So the selection is nil to none. When I first arrived here, it was fine. They had more selection. After about a year or two, the selection started diminishing. And come to find out, it was furnished by IGA International Grocers. They were supplying it. Or independent grocers, I'm sorry. They were supplying it. Well, I guess they lost the contract. And I found out this recently, and they lost the contract about 3-4 years ago. So the groceries that are coming here are coming from wherever. I don't know where. I have no idea where. Now, as far as S&R, they say it's just like a Costco. I've not been in one yet. Everybody's telling me to go in one. I will try to go to one. I'll just be honest. I haven't found. I've been let down so many times on stuff. I've just been reluctant going. It's not exciting to me to go find beef when I hear that my friend Ollie went there and there's no beef there. And he went there and he to find some Folgers coffee and they had none there. So I'm saying to myself, well, why do I go? Why am I wasting my time to go in there? So next time I go to CDO and I spend the night, I will go there instead of rushing back home. But I'll have to spend the night though. Yeah. I could deal with a few farm and odd crops a couple times a year. Smoking caribou would be the problem. Yeah. John Ferris, if you go to bed when the chickens do, you wake up when they do. That's the rooster doesn't bother you. Exactly. Problem is, I think they're confused on times. The rooster will crow at 8 at night, 9 at night, 10 at night, and one crows, they all crow. 11 at night, 12 at night, 1 at night, 2 at night, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 a.m. When everything quiet down, it's at 9 a.m. in the morning. So when I did my walk this morning, it was around 8:25 or 8:15, something like that. And I did my walk this morning for 30 minutes. And I realized this is the quietest time. Everything is sleeping now. The sun is out. There's no noise. There's no noise this morning walking the streets. There was no noise on karaoke. There was no noise. But it's very few and far between. Come about 10, you guys heard them out there, boom, boom, boom out there. So I'm back. I didn't know you left. I thought you always been here, Sammy. High five. Best mulberry in the Philippines I liked. Yeah. Hillbilly mulberry beans. John Ferris. If I rooster, crows at night, goes in the stew pot. Exactly. That's what I say. Mark King. How you doing, Mark King? How you doing, Mark? Mark, you've been getting some strange comments from me, meaning that something you replied that you sent me a comment on back in 2017 or 18. I replied to, I don't know, we had so many. Ruth and I had Ruth help me on these channels. I'd give her a phone after I replied to some of them. YouTube, when I turned my channel back on, apparently they held comments. Just standard comments. Hi, how you doing today, Tom? How are you? Just comments. Apparently. Thousands came in. So I sent an email back to the lady I talked to on YouTube, and I says, "What's the deal with that?" "Oh, well, sorry, sir. Sometimes." I said, "What's the deal with the comments?" "Oh, I don't know, sir. That's not my department." It's like, oh, you know. I'm only in background, only curious, muted because my new friend needs my help on his. My new friend needs my help to his YouTube. Oh, I see. Okay. With over 5,000 islands, I would pick another beautiful island and start a new adventure. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? I would like to travel around some islands. Tom Shipman said that he's in Boracay right now, and he's going to give me the scoop on that. Some of the islands would be great to go see and visit, but getting there is a hassle. Plane, boat, car, taxi, tricycle, bus, plane, tricycle, bus, just to make it to one part. Then you got to take another bus and tricycle. And I'm not being negative. It's just the way it is. You got to take another one. Ruth and I tried to go on a trip one time. We turned around and came back. It said it's too much hassle to go there. I'm not sitting here for 7 hours to wait on a stupid freighter boat to come pick me up to go to the island. I said, why 7 hours? She said 7 hours. They didn't have not enough to fill it up, so they're waiting till tonight. I said, well, I'm not doing that. It's not worth it. We're not going to that island. Forget it. So not only we left, a lot of people left. Now, they may have left and came back, but we left and never came back. It's like, I'm not going that. We tried going to a few different islands. It was a nightmare. And going to Cebu, that was a nightmare. I go, how is it so hard for me when I go to do something? Another American standing over heard me say that. He says, it's hard every time I go do something. I don't want to do it. I said, oh, so you have the same problem as me? He goes, yeah. I said, I didn't know you're standing behind me. I didn't know you heard me. He goes, no, I've been listening. He said, I feel exactly what you do. And the wife jabs him in the stomach, says, be quiet. Ruth says, I understand. And Ruth's like me, just like me. She said, I'm not putting up with it. We went to CDO to get on the ship. The ship was late. Okay, no worries. Hour, okay, no worries. We'll wait an hour. No big deal. Well, 2 hours roll around, 3 hours roll around, 4 hours roll around, 5 hours roll around. No big deal. All right? No big deal. I'm used to it. So 5 hours. We get on the ship. So hold on, sir. We got to wait. Well, are we not going? I saw the guy. Aren't we leaving? Oh, no, sir. It'll be another hour or two because they're loading it up in an hour or two. And so you'll get there in the morning. So we'll speed it up. And so we get out in the waters. And, of course, storm came in. And water's coming in where we're sleeping. It's coming over the bow of the ship and coming where we're sleeping and coming in the windows. So I'm getting spray from the thing. I said, well, this is exciting. This is different. So I go and there's an internal room and sit in the chair, and, and we're doing this. So I do that. I said, not a very good experience. So the next morning I talked to the guy. The Americans had a private room. How was it? He goes, I felt like I was in, you ever seen those cages where you put the thing for bingo and you roll it like this? He said, that's me last night. He said, I'll never do this again. And I said, neither will I. I said, I will never do that again. I won't go on it no more. If you're just going from island to island, fine, overnight trips. Not where the ship's too small. They're all too small. So, I mean, it's a big ship, but they're too small for these big waters, the international waters here. It's too iffy. It's like going out on cruises. You want a big ship. You don't want these small ones. And that thing capsizes. What are you going to do? I can't swim. That's the first thing I thought. Yeah, planes, trains, automobiles, and then trikes. Exactly. And then you got to take a taxi if you can find one. Took me forever to find a taxi when I got to Cebu. We'd like to never got out of there. We get off the thing and I said, how do you get a taxi here? Grab didn't work. Nothing worked. Grab and Lindy or whatever the other one is. Nothing worked. And so I did a New Yorker thing. I said, let me go down here, walk down about, I don't know, a ways, half a mile maybe. Found a taxi on another street, on another street, on another street. I said, I'll get my way back. I'll tell the guy, come back to the terminal here, ship terminal. You stand right here, don't you move. So I did. I walked and found a taxi way down the road. And as they're pulling up, you could see the swarm of people come around the taxis. I said, nope, it's mine. Come on, mama. So I got out of there. So too many iffies there. And then we enjoyed ourselves in Cebu. I wouldn't live in Cebu personally. It's too graffiti. Reminds me of Detroit. Cebu reminds me of Detroit. Sorry. You guys love Cebu. I'm so sorry, but I'm just being honest. For me, it reminds me of Detroit because of graffiti everywhere. Everywhere. On hospitals, on the walls, on buildings. Graffiti all everywhere, and the smells and the odors. And I went to the malls, the nice malls. Our experience there was probably 90% no. We got down South Cebu, the island down there, and south there in Boholoon. It's okay. It's okay. I had it so much better in somewhere else, So I need to get out to Boracay, some of those islands, enjoy myself a little bit more because it would be better for me. Sammy goes to show. Gary T, greetings. How you doing? High five. Philly Bryans. He's back in the States and addressed in health concerns. If you had concerns about his health, you would treat it in Philippine States. Gary T, what a good question. I answered that already this morning. And you know something? I kind of knew something was going on. There's something else going on with another vlogger. I know he is there now in the States for another same thing. He's another big vlogger. I will not say his name. I didn't know that about Philly. I would go to the States immediately if I had a choice. Because this, where I'm at locally, I would have to drive. I don't know where I would go. I don't know, maybe Davao or CDO for a doctor. So many doctors have left here, and they're not coming back. There's no money. So there you go. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, great question, Gary T. Yeah, yeah. 40 minutes ago, they said that Typhoon Corners was now Cat 4. Oh my goodness. Long time, Gary Cynical. Where have you been? Where you been? Good to see you. High five. A lot of guys I haven't seen in a long time are on here. Welcome, welcome, guys. Thank you for coming on. Captain Billy Jack, how you doing, Captain Billy? So good to see you, Gary. How is Gary doing? Planes, trains, automobiles, trikes. Someone's having to go too slow. Yeah, I just want to say, I don't know if John's here from Phillies to Phoenix. John, how do you feel about Cebu? Are you still here or you go? How do you guys tell me how you feel about Cebu? The ones that've been to Cebu, do you like Cebu? How do you feel as living there? Would you live there? We have family there. We have quite a few family members that are there through Ruth's family. Yeah. So, Sammy's saying, come over to 30th to get some turkey. Yeah. Turkey. Corey, Sammy's saying hi. You guys talking? Yeah. There's graffiti everywhere here too, even on the trucks and trains. Yeah. But they're I don't know how to say it. I'm not going to say it. I guess I shouldn't because I don't want to get. But I personally, it was not pleasant for me. My experience there was really kind of hard because getting in the bus station, we had to wait almost 4 hours, 5 hours, get on the bus to head down to Boholoon. And it's just one way in. It's like going to New Smyrna Beach, Florida. One way in, one way out. So it's like, so we went there, and it was great. It was a great experience. German owned it. Welcoming place. You guys remember that? Nice place, nice. It's just coming back and getting back on the bus again to get where we need to go, to fly out. It was an experience. It was really kind of a really hard trip. It was something that I asked Ruth, you want to go back to Cebu again? No. I asked her, no. Again? No. Even to me, family? No. It was really a hard experience for us. So it was the same thing we had when we went to another island, a small island, and it was the same experience for us out there too. It was really kind of hard. We didn't do a video on it because it was such a bad experience, and I didn't want to portray it being so bad. It was a bad experience, and so our traveling to the islands were kind of, tossed down. And we were going to an island out of CDO and going to another island on one of the great islands. And by the time we got there, it was just an island with the same beach and the same things that you'd find anywhere. There's nothing. In other words, you've been to a resort, you've seen a resort. It's the same resort as they have in anywhere. So I'm always looking for something different, like Key West. That's different. Something vibrant. Beautiful, not, I don't know, the beaches, nobody in the water, clean water, dingy water, it wasn't clean. So, I've been to Cebu City, Bohol, Panlo. My next visit will be Batayan. Arco Drone, you here? How you doing? Good morning. Gary Cynical said, I met a beautiful Sunday Adventist here in Tacloban. Now buying to figure out how to get her there without a bad 3-letter word. You know what I mean. I've been saying her now. It'll be a video. Good. Tacloban. Now I'm trying to figure out how to get there without a bad 3-letter word. I know exactly what you're talking about. Gary Cynical, hang in there, brother. Hang in there. You'll make it happen. If you can't get her here, you bring her there. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say is bring her there. Might be easier. My CR1, Michael and Heidi knows, my CR1 is taking a long time. Good morning, Northco. High five, my good friend. Good to see you. Cebu is where the hand of God is. I want to sit in and drink a beer. The hand of God. They got one of the oldest churches in the Philippines there down in South Cebu Island. It's a beautiful church. I did not do a video on it. And I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. But it's beautiful. It's nice. Really nice. I've been to Cebu City, Bohol. So let's see. Been to Cebu. It's crowded. My son's grandmother's from Cebu. She's an OFW school teacher in North Dakota, USA. Well, how did you feel about it? Is it somewhere you would live, or would you live on an island? Are you a beach kind of guy? Would you guys live on a beach, or would you like somewhere like Cebu? Now, I got to tell you, it's hard to beat Davao. I got to tell you, if you guys ever been to Davao, it's really hard to beat Davao. To me, Davao, even CDO, I've not been to a lot of places, but Davao to me so far on my list. Now remember, I've not been everywhere else. Everybody else has. Davao is nice. Now Davao is clean, and it's nice. A lot of traffic. Everybody's moving there. I did a Google. Guys do a Google search. Best place to live. It's still listed in the top 5. Davo's in the top 5. Hillbilly, A-Town, buy film is smooth. Never had a turkey last Thanksgiving. Fed 22 people, 13 kids. They said, wow, big chicken. Bill Pratt. How you doing, Bill Pratt? How's Bill Pruitt? Good to see you, Bill. Hope you're doing well. Michelle saying hi to everybody. Arco's a good friend. Good channel. You guys check him out. Everybody check out everybody's channel. Arco does a lot of drones. That last video you did, Arco, the drone footage of the gentleman, I pronounced it wrong. You can put his name in here. That did a tribute. Was really a good video. I was highly impressed with your editing abilities there. Really good job. I like that. I like seeing that. I like seeing that type of stuff. Jim Allner. Yes, Jim, congratulations, guys. It's nice that you guys are fine. And Gary Cynical is really nice to hear. And SDA, good. Tacloban. Well, Gary, think about it this way. You might think about, depending if you're going to retire here or stay here, bring her back to where you're at. I don't know. That's the thing. I want to say this. If you met somebody 2 weeks and you have known him for 2 weeks, would you ask him to marry you, and would you be here on Wednesday of this week if you only know him for 2 weeks? You guys tell me. If you know somebody for 2 weeks, talk to them 2 weeks, and you come in here to propose to the family members, would you guys do that? That's what I was going to name the video about today. I decided not to. It's 2 weeks. Would that be enough to marry? There's an American coming here. He met someone. He's only known her for 2 weeks. They're getting married. He's coming here to marry her. Then he's going back to the States. Is that Gary? Think about that. Guys, tell me, Michael and Heidi, what's your thoughts about that? 2 months, okay. Many conversations, okay. It's okay. 2 weeks. Anyway, this guy's, but he's going to be here actually on Tuesday or Wednesday this week. He's going to go and propose and do the actual thing. Figure out how to get married. Go back to the States, and then figure out to there. Now, as Philippine is marrying, does he really know her? I don't know. Does he know that she doesn't like to do this or doesn't like to do that? Does she know that he doesn't like this? What was his be in his right mind? I'm just asking. You guys tell me. Before I close down this stream, you guys tell me what would be in right mind to marry someone within 2 weeks? Now, I'm talking, he has actually met someone, known for 2 weeks, actually less. First introduction, 2 or 3 days, his introduction. Less than 2 weeks, and he's coming here to marry her. Or to get married, or start the process for the visa to go back to the States. That's when he's coming here. Do videos, start the process, the K1, go back to the States. Does that seem right? In my mind, I'm saying to myself, are you okay mentally? But this person has a really good job. He is like he's in like IT. He has a good job. He's in IT there. He's there in Dallas. So he's got a really good job. he's 50 something years old, and this girl is 50 something years old. Now, 50 something year old man, surprising. He's not going to retire. He's going to bring her there. But anyway, think about that. Yeah, Mark Joe saying hi. Bill Pruitt. I've been to many places on, but I'd love to see the South Island someday. Mark King says, I went to Vietnam. They do have bridges. Do not have bridges. You got to do this one. Yeah, no bridges. In the 4 hours, exactly. Ours just, I don't even want to talk about it. I really dread going anywhere. Next year, my wife wants to build a house on her acres, meter lot in Valencia, close to Magetti. But see, John, that's good. See, that's good. Close to Duma. That's perfect. I like becoming Filipino. I went to support some of the Muslim areas in Davao. They're very cool to see. Bureau of Tourism connections around safely. What he did was highly questionable for me, man. There'd be no way in the world. The areas that he went into. I was just in the areas, and I was told not to stay. Going from here, and I don't know if Jim Jane's here. She's going to understand this. As we go close to Marawi, in that area over there, you guys know there's areas here. So we had to go through there. And there's areas there you don't want to get off the beaten path. So I said to myself, I said, okay. And they just said basically, sir, don't go there. Don't go there. So they're too far from me. 2 weeks, yeah. Mindinao, yeah, Mark King. 2 weeks enough for some, but I need more years. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 2 weeks. Mark King said, there's no way for me to marry someone in 2 weeks. Same thing. Bill Pruitt. Kevin Ash, I'm becoming Filipino. He did do a good job on that. Tom doesn't even know him. Maybe not the guy who was looking to marry her herself. Exactly. I have no idea, Jim Aller is saying, what, marry someone in 2 weeks. Exactly. If they ever met them before. But imagine she's great, and that's great if you're beautiful times ahead. Exactly. I'm just questioning. The reason why I'm asking this is the lady came to me and asked me, what in his mind is what's wrong with him? She sent me the email, not the guy. She says, is this what Americans do? I said, I've never heard of Americans within 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, married. 10 days. She says, I haven't either. She said, I'm concerned. I said, I would be if he's rationally in mind. She said, but I've had FaceTime with him. I know him. I've seen him. And we talk and talk and talk. I said, well, it's up to you. Sperlin, I agree. But you can propose, right? And then you get married next year. Or get married this time. But he's wanting to do it like immediate. I see the benefit for him. Is he is the person in that dire straits to find somebody that fast that's single in Dallas? I don't know. I met one in the Philippines. She's my wife. She's been 8 years. Yeah. Same thing with me. I went to a restaurant last night. I saw the biggest tomatoes I've ever seen in the Philippines. They were 3 inches round. Where'd they get them at, Jim? You notice me jump up on that. Where'd they get them at? Where'd they get them at? I want them. Come get a video. Sponsor Halloween candy for local kids in the area. It'd be a great video. I do it in my brother family. It's been the last 2 years. Kids love it on October 31st. Yeah, I could do that. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Yeah. Give out candy. Yeah, it'd be a good idea to do something like that on Halloween. Yeah, they don't do anything like that here. They celebrate really different here. In fact, even Christmas is celebrated here. I don't know. I've not seen anybody give out any gifts to anybody at Christmas. There's nothing like that I've seen where I'm at. No way. There is so much to know in character too. Just not long enough. It takes me 6 months to lose the facade to be a scary choice. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying, Gary Cynical? You're exactly right. And same thing, Jim. They were fully red. No, the tomatoes. I'll tell you something about the lady. No, they were not fully red. Wow. Consider Rebecca and Isaac. They fell in love overnight. It's still very scary. 2 weeks is unacceptable. There should be laws to protect both parts. Exactly. I think, honestly, I think he has to. I think he has to have 6 months of communication. I'm not sure, but I think it's 6 months of communication with that person to get to know that person before they can actually get married. I think. But this lady's of age. She's smart. She's intelligent. She has a job. She's working. But she said, ask to marry. That's just interesting. I was actually caught off guard when she's telling me this. She says, do Americans do that? Because she asked me about America. She's been, went on a dating app. She's on the app 2 days. She gets this guy. She's on the app 2 days. She's only been on the app 3 weeks. She's only been on the app 3 weeks. And now she's got someone to marry. Everybody else would say, give me the app. I want to know that app. I want to get married to an American. I want to go there. So within 2 weeks, she's going to have a potential man. He's going to be here on Wednesday, which would be 3 weeks and a half from the time they met. They're getting married. Or he's going to propose to her to get married. They fell in love overnight. It's still a scary choice. 2 weeks, there should be laws. Yeah. But a lot of relationships isn't always never than marriage. It's about both learn and get to know. The see sort of thing. It's give and take. Yeah. As she says in her email to me, she says, I don't cook. I very rarely clean. And I don't do laundry. I have someone do it. So, he may have a rude awakening. I said, well, you need to tell him that. Tell him that you need to find someone for me to help cook and clean and this, that, and other. She said, well, I did. I said, so is he going to cook and clean? She says, I don't know. I said, well, you kind of need to get that out. So in response, she says, he said he'd take care of it. Now he makes the money, he probably just hire a maid. But then on the other hand, she don't cook, she don't clean, and she don't do laundry. She's 58 years old with no children and didn't want children. Oh, she has a son. I'm so sorry. Has a son, because that's who the guy's coming for. Has a son. And I don't forget what she said to age son. Doesn't really matter. He's old. Old like 35 plus. So there you go. 30 plus. I don't know. Yeah. Gary, I want Philippine marriage because I don't believe in divorce. Yeah. Oh, I see. Gary, you met a Seventh-day Adventist. They don't believe in divorce either. They're taught early on in young age. It's like that. And I told Ruth, I don't want divorce either. No matter what, we got to figure it out. We got a problem with each other from the day we met. I said, I can't have any problem. We got to work it out. And even to this day, I tell her, if you're upset at me about something, you need to tell me. And I need to tell you about what upset. I told her yesterday, this upset me when you do this. And she says, oh, okay, I won't do that no more. Because we're straight with each other. Because I don't want to have a situation, I'm not getting divorced. I'm too old. I'm not playing that game. Yeah, the only way I would marry someone is be paid to marry them, and do it was $20K and be not a lot more than $10K. Exactly. Yeah, background check for the guy. Exactly, John Coffey. Exactly. Great point. I should tell her that. You need to do a background check on this guy. There's something fishy. It's funny. She did say he's coming here on a contract for something, and it just happened to work out that way. Who's going to spend $2,000, $3,000 getting a ticket one day? When they made the decision, he made the decision in 48 hours, and he said about the ticket. She sent me the copy of the ticket and blurted out his name. I said, wow. So he bought the ticket. And he said, yeah. She said, something's not right. I said, well, for me, I've known this lady a long time. She's like Lagaya. And I've known this lady a long time. And I said, I don't know what to say other than I would be very careful. I don't really know. It seems like he's not in his right mind. He doesn't know you. And in my mind, She's 50-something years old, okay, and he's 50-something years old. I don't know. I don't know. Just some restaurant maybe from Baguio. I know. Get married today, divorce tomorrow. I know, MJ. MJ. It'd be like let's just say this: if a American comes to you and say, "I want to get married. I want to marry you next month, no, next week," and I've known you and talked to you 2 weeks, would you do it, MJ? Would you get married to the guy? Of course, probably you're going to say yes because the betterment of life, right? Well, that's what she's saying. No matter what, I have better life. And I said, well, you want to find out if the guy is one of these guys, or one of these. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Mark King, from that, getting the inheritance settles before we set time. Must be something like that. That's what I thought. The first thing came to my head, well, he's got to be getting money from somewhere. Where's he getting money from? That's what I thought. Exactly what I thought. Where's he getting money from, right? Jim Honor, I asked the question, where did these tomatoes come from? I could not get an answer. Yeah, I would ask him, where did you get those? I cannot grow tomatoes. We grew tomatoes, and the biggest they got was this big. And my brother-in-law said it's the ground. And of course, we had too much rain, and that has a lot to do with it. Mark King. Bill Pruitt, my grandma used to say divorce is an option, but sometimes you need to talk it out because the problem, but both have to be willing to do it. The problem is not everybody wants to do that. Exactly. I agree. MJ, and I seen you had a mother earthquake again. Is that terrible? Yeah. Hey, Tom, grow this in the Philippines. Big rainbow heirloom tomatoes, very big tomatoes. I tried to grow tomatoes. We've gotten seeds from everybody. Mitch sent me seeds. Tim sent me seeds. Here, I've gotten so many seeds. I got piles of seeds over there. Nothing grows. Nothing. 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 You can't even, they won't grow. I did a handicapped guy how to get a Philippine wife. Hat's living with him in Fargo, North Dakota. She has no job, be very poor. She can't work. Lives small apartment. She's around 35. Yeah, high five for that. I know a guy that's exactly, he told her straight up, I'm basically looking for marriage, but I will take care of you financially and you will have nothing to worry about. And she's 22 and he's 65. And she's in U.S. and they did get married and she takes care of him. And he's in a wheelchair and he's got some ailments. And I've known him for a long time and he's really a good guy. He lives like in Oregon. He's been living there all his life, partly handicapped from Vietnam. I cook and clean and fix anything that breaks. I don't do it alone. We share 50-50 equally. Exactly. You know, I may not be the best cleaner, but I straighten up stuff and I clean and I make coffee and I make up the bed. I fold all the clothes, or I'll do laundry. I make up for it in other ways to her because she always makes sure I got food. Robert Simmons, high five. Yes, positively and love to all today. I don't believe these were alien tomatoes. I don't know what kind of tomatoes they come from. They're that big and juicy. I mean, come on. If you had those here, they'd last 5 seconds. Imagine putting a big display of those, about 40 cases. Those be gone in 2 seconds. Here in the Philippines, they'd grab them up. What? There's so many opportunities here, but they just can't. I was even thinking one time, have a grow house, a controlled grow house inside of a building, and then open up the roof for sun and grow tomatoes and stuff like that. But I said, why would I do that? It's too much work. But because I'm starving for those vegetables, I'm starving for that type of food. Heirloom tomatoes, yeah. Also grow these in Asia and the Philippines. Moneymaker tomatoes, yeah. LOL, good before and after without you. Exactly. I switched computers. Can you still see me on here still? High five. You're on. You're on, John Ferris. I can see you. Pat Muir, been missing you. Where you been? Pat, miss you too. Where you been? How you doing? Good, friend, Pat Miller. So, Pat, how are the kids? How's family? How's Mitch? How's everybody doing? That sounds sad. To manage to go 5-gallon pots of potting soil. Yeah. I met a pretty hard challenge when meeting Rose's parents first time. They thought it was all Americans beat their wives, but I passed that test. Yeah. I had that question asked me. Do you beat? I said no. Sometimes I get beaten, but I don't get beat. I don't beat. I might get beat, but I don't beat anyone. It sounds sad for the 50-year-old Filipino too. Many times innocence Philippines just because the man is foreign. He's a good man or he has money or better life. Not true. I'm beginning to wonder what is the motive of that. There is a motive behind it, and I can't quite figure it out. You know, one time she says to me, I'm looking for someone. I said, well, try dating that. So she didn't do it. And then she did it because I suggested, and finds the guy within 2 days. And now they're getting married within 2 weeks. I go, I don't know. I don't know, you know. I believe there's a fungus in the air that will kill tomatoes. Could be. Bill Pruitt is saying, so, Marking. Let's see, hold on. I missed some, so on. I am so sorry I missed that. Jim, you see? Kuya, I'll be in the background installing 2 pounds of my roof at the moment. Okay. My grandfather had an almond tree when they cut down. Fell, it was laying there for like a week. After the wood was gone, they could not grow anything in that one spot anymore. Huh. Wow, so a pound. Okay. Okay, Sammy, sounds good. Anything will grow if Rose plants it, but everything dies when I grow it. Yeah, I know that feeling, Bill. That's the same thing with me. I believe there's a fungus in the air, Jim Owner, that will kill tomatoes. Jim, I don't. It's like we can't grow anything. We tried to grow watermelon, Korean watermelon. We got seeds from Mitch. They grow like crazy in Florida. He grows them all the time. I can't grow them here. They get up to certain height and they just die. They die. I don't know. It's not a. I don't know. It's just not good. No, I won't, Sir Tom. Might as well buy insurance and kill me after. You know what? I just wondered about what's going on with that. You know what, MJ? You never know what happens with some of those guys. I don't know. There is something that I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. I told her. I said I don't feel good about it. I told her straight I don't feel good about it. But you do what your heart desires. You want to marry him, you marry him. Yeah, I have no say in that. What do I care? But I don't know. Buy insurance. Pat Schultz is here for a weekend. We have been thrifting. I've been to a few thrift stores. I hunt. Well, you know that. Yes. She says she catches your live stream. I asked her if she ever talks to you. You know what, Pat? Tell Pat Schultz to just comment or say, hi, this is Pat Schultz. Tell Pat Schultz I said hi, and I love her very much, and I love you very much too. You guys are good friends for many years. And you guys are special people in my heart, always. And I want to tell you guys that. You tell Pat Schultz, if she's not listening, you tell her. You copy this, get to this part of the stream. I don't know where it's at, but you tell her straight. I want her to leave a message. Leave a message. Yo, buddy, MJ, doubt do it. A lot of old guys find young wives, send her back to work and bring money home. I'll do that. Yes, do that. And you know what? If you're Blake and Lake Blake and okay, there's kill tomatoes. This air transfer is well transferred by the birds. I tell you what, it could be. It sure could be. I can't grow anything. We give up. We grew one pineapple one time. Ruth has had everything in the world out there. She said, Daddy, nothing is growing. I can't get anything to grow. So we bought some special pot. And we got them up off the ground where nothing can get them, no insects. We've covered them. We've done everything to them. We made actual greenhouse. They would grow and get up a certain height, and they're gone. They're gone. And my brother-in-law says he can't grow them either. He can't grow no vegetables at all. He said even the carrots come out this big. And he said, I can't, but in the mountain, he said, I can grow sugar cane, the best sugar cane you ever had. I can grow corn. He said some of the best corn you ever ate in your life, which he does. Beautiful, sweet corn. And he can grow some coffee, but the coffee does not hold. I said, why? He said, I don't know. Yeah. Hey, Tom. Let's see. Bill Pruitt is saying rose plants and bell peppers. Let's make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah. Yeah, you have, yeah. Wow, doubt he'll do it. Yeah. John, the old guy, so find your own wife, send her to work and bring money home. Yeah, I'll do that. A few years got rose plants and bell peppers. Oops, sorry, I skipped all my thing. Sorry. Where'd I go? rose plants and bell peppers. They went old. Can I even give them all away? They were giants and tons from 3 plants. Wow. Your credit cash flow was interesting. I would think that Philippines cash would be king. Credit would be extended in most circumstances. Yeah, I tell you what. The reason I did that video is some Americans think they want to finance a home and finance a car here, and they thought that that's the way to go. And I told them, don't go that route. You don't need to do that. You're wasting your time and money on that. You don't need to go that route. You go that route, it's not going to be good for you. No credit. You don't want to. You don't want to get involved with credit here. Yeah, and thank you so much, Gary T. I appreciate it. I have to do a better job doing videos. I have to tell you, I do. I have to do a better job doing videos. I need to get more people engaged in it and do a better job on it, so I can get better. Because I put out a video sometimes just to get a video out there, and so you're gonna see me maybe skip a day or two from now on, and I'm gonna do better videos on all the channels. The weekly gospel, and Ruth is up to her when she puts one on, and on my RV channel. My RV channel just completely died for views too. Ended up having 10,000 views for the month, and it normally runs 30, 40,000. It's just, but I don't make any money on them. I got to figure that out, why I'm not. A few years ago, Gary, okay. Pat, we're both looking forward to you coming home. Yeah, exactly. We'll be there. Lord's willing, we'll be there. We're trying. We're really trying. It's not a minute goes by, and even Ruth and Art goes by, that we're not thinking on how, what we can do to help things along, and what can we do to prepare things. That's the reason we have the van up for sale. Trying to get things in order and trying to save money and put everything on budget. And because, I'll need 10 grand or better there, or more, 15, 20 grand just to offset things. I did get a job offer. 22 an hour to start, part-time, 22 to 25, 27 hours a week. It's okay. Part-time, and it was nothing physical. It's going into retail stores and doing things in retail stores, whatever that is. And so guy told me when I get to the States, I got a job. So that's good. It's a simple thing. It's not like I got to lift boxes or anything like it. I know what the job is because I did it before. So he said, yeah, I'll work you that. And he said, if you want to do resets, I'll let you do that. I said, I really don't want to do resets. It's where you tear apart the store and go back in and clean it back up. I said, been there, done that. But I could do that again. I mean, I'm physically fit to do that. And 22 an hour to start doing something like that again. I mean, I did the same job for starting out at 10, ended up at 14 an hour. So, and I think it ended up more than that, but anywhere 14 an hour, doing that, working my butt off. Buddy Tom, you should get a rule. If many Filipinos get life insurance on Expat Show, it'd be a law in the Philippines. I have 200 life insurance when I do get married. She'd be set. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I have life insurance too on me for Ruth, and she'd be set. And I asked myself, would 200K be enough for Ruth? The rest of her life, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. So I said, that's the reason we're going back to States, so she can work and she can draw Social Security and she can be there for a period of time. It has to be there 5 years, but you can do it like this. You can, 9 months, come back here for whatever, 9 months or 10 months or 6 months, and it all adds up. It adds up to the 5 years, as long as it's 5 years, and then I can get money on R. There's a lot of advantages there. Where I'm here, we're basically stuck unless we're going island to island. And honestly, this just doesn't appeal to me. Going island to island, as much you have to go through to get to island to island. A friend of mine just left here going to a place in Sigor, and he said it was a nightmare getting there. He said he won't do that for a while. He said, I think I'll just wait a year or so before we start traveling again, because it's really hard to travel right now. I'm wrong with that. I would not marry someone 2 weeks of one person. I would say all the first name starts with, and the second name starts with T. Right, MJ? So you just marry MJ. I just marry MJ, exactly. And so there you go, MJ. MJ has had so many people offer to, I guarantee, boyfriends, because she is an attractive young lady, And I guarantee there's a lot of guys that are attracted to her that want to be with her. I know that there was one time she had a boyfriend, and I don't know anything about it, but I just know that she has a great channel. She does a good job. You named mistake. Oh well. Pat and Roland. Oh really? Organic gardening now, and has all kinds of veggies, fruits. They live in Webster. Oh, do they really? Everberry and spinach, mulberries, tomatoes, all kinds of fruits. I didn't know mulberry tree was great for health. We got a mulberry tree out here, Pat. We just talked about that. Boil the leaves. I boil the leaves. I got more energy than I ever had in my life. I never seen so much energy popping out of me. I did a walk this morning. I said, I think I'll walk around the block one more time. I never been able to do that. Drinking the water from the boiled mulberry leaves. Go figure. I didn't know the benefits. So yeah, hey, tell her to save me some tomatoes. I want some Ruskin tomatoes. And you're right there. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Good old Ruskin tomatoes. The big Ruskin, Florida. They grow some big, big boy tomatoes. Some of the best tomatoes. Mississippi's got some good ones. Kentucky, where Mark is at, Hillbilly's got some good ones. Good tomatoes. And the South grows a lot of great tomatoes, like where BT's at. Yeah, Gary Cynical. Are you searching the Philippine level of the soil? Are you using insecticides? Are you turning the soil? We do turn the soil. We're not using any kind of insecticides at all, other than dish detergent to take care of the bugs or the things around it. We are fertilizing the soil. We have fertilized the soil and gotten the soil ready. We've even bought potting soil and good soil offered by the gardeners, and try this. And it'll grow. You'll see a bud sprout out in 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and it'll grow, and it'll get about whatever tall, whatever we're growing, and then poof, it's dead. Nothing's attacked it. Nothing gained access to it, unless it's insects or bugs or maybe air, like what's his name, maybe virus. We can't grow it. We said the same thing back when I first came here. Why don't they grow more tomatoes? And I don't know. And it's come to find out they can't grow them. They can't grow them. They grow those other ones, yeah. They grow the lemons. We got a lemon the other day. I don't know if you saw Ruth's video. We got a lemon off our tree this big. We grew that. But the tree is just completely eaten up with bugs. And we treated the thing. We bought stuff on there to treat it, because we've been through this process on these lemon trees, and they're just not producing. As the Lord says, it's a bad tree. I'm the same as you, no credit. If you can't pay cash, then you can't afford it. Do not do it. Exactly. Philippine Annex Expat Hap. Good morning. Good morning. Agree about Cebu. Thank you so much for coming on today. Yeah, Cebu to me, good place. It's a great place. It's a great place for many to live, but it's just not right for me to live. You know. Credit's best route, even with those close friends. There's most time people with credit and big gift. Yeah. When I get there, I'll have to break down and buy a phone. I haven't had a phone for 4 years now. Yeah, you'll have to buy a phone. Yeah, get your phone. Come here and buy your phone. Spend depending on what brand you want. You can buy I paid $100 for RR's phone. It's the Samsung A1 phone. You can buy many nice phones here. $100. So, Bill Pruitt credit. Yeah, John Ferris. Pat Miller, I think about her. Or is that how different it will be? Wear a job. Yeah, the job will be right there in Daytona and Orlando. The job will be going to Targets and all the retail establishments, Costco, Targets. Yeah.
Mommy said that we will go there after your life because Uncle Thyroid and the mayor, Mommy's cousin, looking for you.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Talking about they're in town having a family and wanted me to go there. Well, I know one thing. I'm eating before I go anywhere. I don't know what we got to eat. We'll find something. So, Pat Miller, I think about her. Is that different? It will be wear a job, yeah. So,
Have the
okay.
restaurant outside.
Okay. Yeah, that's very nice. Very nice. Nice restaurant. You do sales. That's what you need to be doing. Yeah, it's a sales job. It's not really sales. It's basically it's working for iPhone. It's my old job, and we go in and we iPhone has the company, and what they do is they subcontract to other companies, and we go put up iPhones and displays into high target areas. So they'll send me iPhones, like, whatever iPhones, how many stops I have, 30, 40 iPhones. And then I take those iPhones in and I build displays for those iPhones to take pictures of them, count my time and all that stuff. And you've got to fill out, it's all done by the phone. So everything's organized. And then you click in, clock yourself, and you click out, and you go to the next project. They go projects. And then the next one, maybe go to the Tylenol section, find the signage in the back room for the Tylenol. Please go put it on a shelf and take a picture of it. Make sure the tag is up to date. Make sure it's all displays and put out these pamphlets, this, that, and other. And you do that. And that's what you do all day. It's a simple job. And you may have to do selling, go to the store manager and sell them a big display of something like, I had to sell one time a display of organic fruit. So you go talk to them, hey, you want to buy this? Yeah, I'll buy it. So you sign it. And then they'll give you an initial $20 or $30 on top of it if you sell it. I used to sell all kinds of stuff so I could get that extra money, and it was really come handy. That was my Philippine money. I mean, I'd slotted, it ended up like $5,000 of money that I had in there that I pulled out. I'll never forget that. And plus my checks, that I had in there for that money. But it took me years to get that. You don't wake up on $20, $30 at a time. It takes a long time. Ugh. Mark King, the only reason I love money is because I don't want to see that person. Yeah. Mark King, we've loaned a lot of money out. I think all Filipino are okay without worrying financial support because of the family. Yeah. I think so too. I worked great with my stepsister over the years. I never seen her again. It's money the whole life. I sent money to my sister, and I've never seen her either, come to think of it. And I said, don't pay it back. Don't worry about it. It's a nominal situation, So it's okay. John Ferris, I always pay my debts. I'm conscious. Yeah, me too. If I can't pay it, I come and say, I can't pay. But from the bottom of my heart, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. But I can't pay it. Is it okay? Can I pay you this next month and this next month, this month? I've done that. I've done that many times in my life. Because money doesn't grow on a tree and things happen. It's like, who would have thought that happened? Who would have thought that person got sick and that $1,000 that I needed, I gave it to someone else, or I did something with it, right? Yeah. A 200K would get Social Security and be good in the Philippines. 200K is good. You can go through 200K like fast here, though. I can't anywhere. Is 200K enough? Not really. It costs as much or more now to live here. You're living cheaper where you're at now, Mark, than I am. And my house is all paid for. Guaranteed. And it's just the way it is. But we're going to spend quite a bit of money on food. Food's gone up just considerably. Three times the amount it was. So we just got to figure that out. No longer Sir Tom, not working anymore. Oh. Not working anymore. Okay. Sperlin, since I'm a new relationship and only been here about 4 months, traveling to these beautiful places would be an adventure. The long waits won't bother me. High five. Go for it, man. Have fun. Do as much fun as you can and have fun with it. Enjoy yourself. That's what it's about. It's great country to many great things to see, Sperlin. You'll have a great time traveling around. Yeah, they just got back to normal before you came, yeah. I miss the cherries. My best gout flare-up medicine. There you go. Taiwan. You're still looking a lot better than them. The term boyfriend means something much different than that's the U.S. The U.S. it means you're taken, but it means you're single, but always no commitment. They just spend time with you, yes. Yeah, I'm going to try that. We had fresh spinach and hibiscus leaves salad tonight. We had chicken thighs and potato salad, fresh green, sugar-free banana pudding for dinner. We're eating better. There you go, Pat. Try the mulberry leaves, boil them, and drink the water. And see if you're, try it for a couple weeks. Every day. You don't have to drink a big old thing. Drink a cup of water, cup of it, and try it and see how it does for you. Audio's cutting out. It's the same for everyone. Audio and feed is fine here. Bill Pratt, you hear that? Mark King, I don't understand what you're trying to say. Explain, please. I just had a computer die. Man, have I been through that. Bill Pruitt, dating in the U.S. is way different in USA and Philippines. If your intention is to get to know the other person for a partnership, act getting to know one another is called dating. Yeah. Tom, U.S. way different than the Philippines. If your intention is to get to know the other person for a partnership, the act of getting to know one another is called dating. Exactly. Well, they do it here. They call it a word. It's called calling on. And when guy wants to date a girl, he comes up and presents himself to the mama and papa. May I date your daughter? And may I have her? My intent is to date. Then he leaves. Mother father says yes or no. He leaves. And then they do the courtship. And they do the courtship. They go and date. My niece is going through it now. And they date. Sometimes chaperone. Sometimes non-chaperone, depending. Yeah, they still do it. Chaperone dating. And that means that a cousin or the mother or father, somebody that the mother trusts, or a sister, goes with her. And they go on the date. So the boyfriend has to pay for the daughter, or whoever goes, whomever that is. Some cases, 3 or 4 people. Yeah. This happens. But really, overall, it's really just chaperone or non-chaperone. But then they date. And how long ago, I don't know. Pat, you can sell sprouts, grow and sell broccoli sprouts, $4 an ounce at the farmer's market. I tell you what, I want some broccoli too. I've been craving broccoli and stuff. I would put out a few plastic buckets and collect the rainwater and check the pH level of the water. Also dig down 2 feet and inspect the soil. You're digging down and find volcanic rock, or we're finding not only volcanic rock, it's the clay. So what we did, we put them in buckets with good potting soil from the mountains, the ones that they grow all the stuff in, volcanic soil. And it may be too acidic or something wrong with the pH level. I think we're actually getting something from the rain or something in the air that's causing these plants to die. The rain here in the Philippines, it can make you sick if you're not used to the rain. If you get wet in the Philippines, you possibly make it sick. Something, I don't know what it is. I'm not that smart. Either something acidic in the air or something in the air. Because for the first year, I was sick all the time and I wasn't drinking the water. Ruth says you're getting wet. You don't get wet here and you get sick. Now I'm okay. I can get wet here. But there for the first year, I get in the rain, I get a fever. And I'm talking a fever, a high fever. I said, why am I getting sick? I'm healthy as an ox. But now my body's gotten accustomed to it and I don't get sick anymore. I haven't had a fever now except for the flare-up of the sickness, I had in months. And I never used to get sick at all. Very rarely. Very rarely. A few times maybe. Yeah, and you know what, Gary, it's a good idea. If you've seen me, you know that on that I would be much better looking than I am now in the first place. Pat made a problem with insurance at our age is cost. You're right. We're considering getting the financial expense plan and dropping that $200 month premium. Yeah, Pat, I got to talk to you. I need to talk to you, honestly. I'll send you an email on what I need to do when I get back there. Of course, I don't have Medicare, Medicaid. I didn't sign up for it because I'm here. But I need to know what I need to do, how I need to do it, since you're an insurance expert, and what route I need to go, and what A, B, C, or D, all these plans I needed to get on. I don't know anything, all right? So you need to help me with that. Hillbilly, Matt Miller, Army Insurance, $287 a month. Oh, wow. Bill Pruitt, there are many small differences in the culture and meanings in terms of words, but the willing will learn to teach each other. I'll tell Pat in the morning she will be fixing us up. She comes down every 6 weeks or so. Wow. Awesome, Pat. My pension is $1,500 a month. Canadian. I have to destroy there, so I think of it. You'll be fine. $1,500. It's fine. Good money. That's fine. You'll be fine. You have your goal too, so you don't have to worry about anything. 1,500 is fine. Just have some savings, like you have your gold. Have some savings for any activities that you want to do or anything like that. But the 1,500 to get you by. Hillbilly term, that's good. But my kids have gotten their own inheritance for the last 54 years. I'm not getting any younger. High five. They gotten everything in the world. They're spoiled rotten. Your babies are spoiled rotten. And you can tell them that I said so. You know what I mean, Pat? Bill John Ferris, making liquor is always a good business for there if you know how. The laws are okay with it. Yeah. Yeah, he'll be okay. He'll be okay with it. They made some tuba, coconut wine. And they're selling it at the market. Well, apparently, the person who made that tuba does not know how to make it very well. People got sick in the hospital. So, before you buy tuba, make sure you know where it's coming from. Talking about computers last 3 days, I've been hearing this high-pitched sound coming from my computer. I think it may be in my hard drive going out. Yeah. I leave mine on all the time. I need to start turning mine off when I'm not on it. Like right now, it needs to be turned off. It's my laptop, and it's always on. And, I'm going to kill that thing, and I don't want to do it. I love my laptop. I do so much with it. Sounds like, but it was only one of my fans making sound, not the hard drive. Well, good. You get a Medicare with a penalty, but I think you can get extra help. Well, I need extra help. I need all the help I can get it. So however that is, I need to figure that out and make that happen, if you know what I mean. We can buy a soil and plant food just growing tomatoes there if you don't want to really spend money. Yeah, and yeah, I just want to lay a palm tree and drink beer. Nothing wrong with that. You can do that here. Just don't make sure if you lay underneath a palm tree, you wear a hard hat. And I take it back. Don't lay underneath a palm tree. Coconuts fall on top of people's head all the time. Yeah, very dangerous. But yeah, I understand your thought on that. Yeah, so John Ferris, yeah. Pat said getting raised January, maybe 8 to 9%. I'll take it. Yeah, me too. I'll take it. I saw that. I already got it figured out how much I'll get extra. High five. John Coffey, my Mac Daddy, always on the Mac top. Exactly. Just watched Filipina talking about what rich Philippines for their point of view, and she breaks it all. A video from Filipina talking about what is rich in the Philippines for their point of view. Well, let me tell you, I notice these Filipinas are all trying to catch on Filipina P. And I watch a couple of them, and I'm going, boy, they're way off. Every area is different. I live here. It's not the same where BT lives. Where BT lives is not going to be the same where someone else lives. Where Jim and Rose lives in Manila. Kevin and Gemma. It's going to be different for everybody. Really different for everybody. And it's going to be really different. Damage roof for the coconut trees. Exactly. Yeah. I had the same problem. And 22 years moonshine, my specialty. Yeah. You can buy soil. That would probably be a good thing to do. Buy some soil, Kevin. Ship it here. Get some good Miracle Grow potting soil. Throw it in the potting mix bags. And throw like 5 of those in a bleak biome box. Or 10 of those. And bring that with you. Or send it here. Even though you might try it. I noticed that no matter where I've gone, even in Cebu, over there, they're not growing any vegetables. The lady at the restaurant that has the restaurant there at the hotel we're staying at the resort, I asked about it. I said, are you finding any fresh things like tomatoes and bell peppers? And she goes, I don't even know I have not seen a bell pepper in 20 years. She said we can't even, they love Brussels sprouts, I guess, as a dish that they used to make in Germany. So she said, we can't even get that stuff. So I said, well, okay, it's not just me then over on my island. My island is, you can't get anything. 22 years. Coconut will hit you on the coconut. I'll say the water, killing the plants. what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Bill Pruitt, love making moonshine. Damaged roof. Have address in Guam and get medical through Medicare? Can you get Medicaid? You probably could. Guam get medical through Medicare and Medicaid. Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, you could probably go to Guam. So Philly went back to the States, huh? He went back to Philly. Huh. Interesting. Kevin just met under the tree like they do durian. Yeah, exactly. I got a note from Joanne and Lamar today. I do remember that. He's 81 now. Now we're getting so old. I'll be 73 in October. I can't believe it. Wow. Time flies. 73. Oh, boy. Pat, you're old. No, I'm kidding, Pat. I'm kidding. 81. Yeah, I remember them. Tell Joanne Lamar hello for me. And 81. Tell Joanne to get on here. Just check me out on YouTube. Since my channel's back up now, Pat, they took it down for 3 weeks for whatever reason. This is their mistake, they said. Well, I'll be 57 in December. Yes, restrictions on Seoul maybe. Importing not allowed. Oh, but somehow Baguio has good tomato farms. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, there you go, Kevin. There's your answer. Maybe they can ship some of that soil down here. There'd be no soil left up there, right? So, there you go. I'll be 57 in December. Yeah, wow. Well, I guess I'll close the stream, guys. I've been on 2 hours and 30 minutes. A long stream. And I want to appreciate everybody for coming on today. And thank you so much for always watching our videos. And thank you so much for today. Restrictions on Seoul, yeah. Kevin Nash, John Ferris, Pat Miller, thank you. Bill Pruitt, Mark King, thank you for coming on today. John Ferris, thank you for coming on today. Hillbilly, thank you for coming on today. Mark King, John Coffey, thank you so much, my friend. John Ferris, Pat Miller, thank you. MJ, thank you for coming on today. Bill Pruitt, thank you for Garrett Cynical, thank you for coming on today. Excuse me. Sperlin, high five. Kevin and Gemma, thank you, Sperlin. Gary Cynical, thank you. Bill Pruitt, let's see, I'm going back up here. I'm going. BT, thank you for coming on today. Sammy Chavez, thank you for coming in today. Robert, thank you for coming on today. We appreciate it. Jim Allner, thank you for coming on today. Mark King, thank you for coming on today. We appreciate it very much. Kevin P. Kevin P, I missed you. You're probably gone now. But man, high five, Kevin P. Thank you for coming on today. Mark King, Arco Drones, thank you. John Coffey, thank you. Sammy, Jim Allner, Hillbilly, thank you. John Coffey, thank you so much for the super chat. High five to John Ferris for the super chat. Thank you so much for that. Gary Cynical, Gary T, Sammy Chavez, Sperlin, Davo Don, high five Davo Don, Pencil Thin. Mark King, let's see. ID 57, thank you for coming on today. RR Walk, high five, thank you for coming on today. HVAC Timer, thank you for coming on. Lagaya, thank you for coming on, Lagaya, nice to see you. MJ, thank you for coming on today. Maureen, Michelle, and Ken, God bless, thank you for coming on today. Michael and Heidi, my good friends, thank you for coming on today. Thank you, Michael and Heidi. At Diets, yeah, I know, Michael. Lagaya, MJ. Song for Anna, thank you for coming on today. Song for Anna. Let's see. Well, I think I got everybody. I think. Patricia Evans and Makeup Tutorials for Beginners, thank you for coming on today. Not seeing you girls. I haven't seen you guys in a long time. Makeup. And Patricia, you're on always every day. I know you're in the background. Hey, Tom Guam's on trip Cebu. 560. Is it really? Glad you're happening up on tonight. You got it. Yes, me too. Later. So Billy, Guam round trip, $560. High five. Captain Billy Jack, thank you for coming on. Wow, can you believe that? Yeah, you know what? Please find some cherries. Gary Center, best health, best wishes. Bless you always. Mark King, even as far as saying, be rich in place like Davil and be in Manila. Yeah. Yeah, I live in Davil before Manila. Great show. Please find us some cherries. Okay. Pat Miller, getting back here is still the best place. Yeah. God bless America. God bless the United States of America. God bless, because nothing better than the United States. Guam round trip. Yeah, I can't beat that. Can't beat that. My friend just left here for Guam. You guys know him. He's has a channel now for like 8 years. It's what is it called? Becoming not Filipino, becoming an American or something in the Philippines, something like that. Anyway, he's there in Guam. He's going to live there a little while. He's going to come back and visit. He's going to head to Hawaii. He's going to be like shout out to Mr. Check out the Rileys. He was in Hawaii recently. I know he's there and went back to States for a little while. He'll be back here soon. So thank you guys. Thank you always for always coming on. God bless everybody. And I'll see you guys next time on Tom and Ruth, Philippine Adventures. And hopefully Ruth will be here. See you guys.